In the White House, President Eisenhower signs the proclamation that makes Alaska's entry into the Union official, nearly 92 years after Lincoln's Secretary of State bought the territory from the Russian Tsar for $7 million.
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Big Rays, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Rays has the gear you need, tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. Check out their new exclusive line of Auralic waders. Big Rays for all your outdoor gear and rugged work attire. BigRays.com.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives. AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
The Bait Shack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They are the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include weekly lawn care, custom landscaping, fertilizing, weed control, turf repair, and more. Schedule your free estimate at lawnproak.com.
Alaska's OG cider company, Double Shovel, crafting gluten-free colonial-style ciders founded as a healthier, non-inflammatory brew option. Drop by their Pop and Tap room in Anchorage off of 58th and Arctic or visit the second location in Kodiak. Double Shovel, award-winning ciders.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaskan public lands, waters, and wildlife. Their goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping our public lands wild. Stand up today and join BHA at backcountryhunters.org.
Alaska Mining and Diving Supply, located in Anchorage, is our go-to for powder sleds and utility rigs. Whether you're in the mountains with the Flat Bill Bros, running trap lines, or hauling freight, they have the selection to get you dialed from peaks to the valleys. Find them on Commercial Drive or akmining.com.
Yeah, it'll kill you.
Yeah, man. All I know is, like, even last night, my wife's like, motherfucker, I had to push you over twice. Like, would you roll over on your side? Just
I'm telling you, bro, go get that CPAP, man.
Well, I know that the long delays of the breathing is really dangerous for your brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's the stress on your heart.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, I learned the hard way. I'm still here, but
it can't be cool sleeping with that thing on your face, but
you don't
even notice it anymore.
Yeah, they've got new ones out. So when I first went on it, it was like this big old face mask.
You sleep with one today, every night?
Yeah, every night.
Oh shit! Okay.
Bro, I sleep like a king now.
I bet. Even just
can you roll over and sleep on your stomach?
Yeah. So before, back in the days, they had a face mask right here, and a tube would come like right out of your mouth, so to speak. But now it just goes under your nose. It's right here. This is it. And then the tube is up here on your head, and it's on a swivel.
Yo, bro. Hold
Bro,
on,
so
man.
I could-
Let me look up this.
Yeah, so I could toss and turn. Look up the old Dream Station. That's what it's
CPAP
called.
Dream Station.
Drew,
Yeah.
did you have the CPAP before you had your deviated
No,
septum
so
fixed?
I don't have a CPAP, but my homie does, and he without that, man, I won't.
Yeah,
go
that's
anywhere
it
with
right
him.
there.
You won't even.
Why don't they show it the person?
But game changer on the boat.
Go to
You know,
CPAP
camping.
mask.
And he's got like a little carry case.
Yeah, so it's
kit
got a
with
little
it.
kit, and it's even got like this little cleaner and everything. So it, because there's so
Yeah,
much
right
air
there, that lady.
and moisture going through it. From
Or
Yeah,
that
I
guy
do
right there.
bacteria.
yeah. So it cleans the bacteria, does everything for you.
Scroll down a little bit.
What do you mean?
No, scroll down. See the dude's got right there. See how the tube's on top of his head?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
the,
that-
oh, the
Yeah,
tube
you can
pivots
actually-
so you can roll over.
You can roll and
Yeah, you can roll.
'cause some people like face and sleep down.
I
you
think
know?
I'd rather
Sure, on
just.
their stomach or
It-
whatever.
It lets it pivot around.
Yeah,
so.
man. Telling you.
I'll just die.
Oh, bro.
Fuck that. Dude.
That's how I was at first.
Could be like, hey, babe.
Oh, that part sucks. Nah, you gotta rip that. You gotta put it on when she's knocked out.
Hey,
And then when she wants to cuddle, you're like, all right, let me rip this joker off.
Oh, what's this one? This one's a little different right here. Oh, is that the one you got?
That's for
Less severe cases?
yeah, that's for people that don't breathe out of their
Dang,
mouth.
how about this joint?
That's what I had originally, man. That's the old school.
man, you talking about going down a foxhole right now?
Yo.
Deep.
I
So
told
this-
you,
so
man. I
this is
told
the-
you.
Oh, so this is the new.
Yeah, that's
this
the
is
new
the old one.
Yeah, that's old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So what does it do?
It's like pressurized air.
Yeah.
It keeps fresh air, fresh oxygen, more oxygen going in, so you're not having to work as hard to suck it in. It's actually it's somewhat pressurized, not a lot, but prevents you from having to.
So
suck it
you
down.
don't stop breathing when you sleep, man. It's constant air pressure.
But you got to
Keeps
plug
your
it
airway
in.
open.
You got to plug it in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then is it come with some sort of oxygen
No
tank?
No.
No,
It uses
it's
air.
a pump. Yeah, it's a pump.
Oh, okay.
And then, like I said,
Yeah,
they
it's got a
use-
humidifier, so the air is like
Travel
don't get
kit?
dry mouth. Yeah, you could travel with it.
Does it connect in the motorhome?
Yep. 110,
plug it
baby.
in, man.
110.
You got one too?
No, I don't have one, but
Okay.
we carry one for my buddy. And like I said, I'll take a generator anywhere. I'll listen to that.
He's not allowed to come nowhere without that shit.
If the
Man.
wife makes you mad, boy, you can hotbox her at night because you got fresh air.
God.
Put them covers over. You don't
just-
smell nothing
just
because
get
you got
that.
fresh air rolling.
Oh, that's even worse. I mean, I'll tell you, she'd probably take the farts over the snoring, though. I mean, instead of both. It's
Telling
just,
you, man.
either way.
Telling you.
It's always, I was just looking at, we take notes during the show. And sometimes you just never know what the first note's going to be. We can go like, okay, let's talk about snowmobiles, Drew, or whatever, and like you can run down the agenda, but it's like you never know what the first note's going to be. And here we're talking about mouth breathing,
CPAP.
CPAP, don't die.
CPAP,
I
hotboxing the wife.
I think I will start with my fear of going under the knife, and I will go for the deviated septum surgery
It's brutal.
first. Well, it affects a lot of other things. Like I noticed my breathing's fucked up during the day, even.
Daily, yeah.
Yeah, like all of a sudden I'll like take a deep breath, and I'm like, damn, am I doing what I do at night?
Yeah, during the day.
Awake? Because some people come like, why the big sigh? I'm like, no, I just took a deep breath. I'm just sitting here in front of the computer, man. What are you doing? It's like I don't think I was breathing. I think
Dude, they come out, you look like you got punched in the face. You
Right.
got two black eyes,
Oh,
man.
and-
You walk
and
out.
gauze
all
up your nose the whole
gauze
time
and
and
tubes and
choking on blood. I mean,
Yeah,
I've heard
they,
all the fucking bad
brutal.
news. Yeah.
They stitch these
Oh,
plastic
Depending on
stints.
how bad it is. I mean, they can.
Yeah, I
they
had
can
these
get
stints
gnarly.
put up there, and they were stitched like right here.
So you
To
did
hold them in
all the
place.
surgery and still needed the CPAP machine?
Yeah,
Damn.
it's a 50-50 surgery. Either works or don't work.
They're like,
Oh,
we
really?
got them twice.
Yeah, got me
Charge them
twice,
for that
baby.
and bill them for these.
Yeah. Oh, so, but
twice.
you did it and it worked.
Was that?
You did it and it worked.
Yeah, it
deviated
works.
septum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works.
Jack did it too. You know that?
And
He got-
Tangy, that's what I'm
and
saying.
Tangy, yeah.
And Tangy's like an old scrapper hockey player, like got his
Yeah.
nose smashed a million times.
Yeah.
So I felt kind of confident. I guess their gal is like, did a gal do yours?
No, some dude.
Okay. I heard she's like the best of the best. So
Small fingers.
Could you bend over, please?
Get all up in there.
Get that in there.
3, remember?
We're gonna fix that septum right now. It's like that's a
You didn't
long
find that.
way.
You still looking for that doctor, huh? Got it.
Well, you said you had the what? The trifecta?
Yeah, the UP3.
Okay, so what does that mean?
RPG.
If you
So they do the nostrils.
If you Google it, it's like some real fancy word. Yeah, so they do the nostrils. They take out your uvula. That's a little punching bag thing.
Oh, you don't have that back there?
Nah, man.
Let me see.
Just open port.
Damn.
Yeah. Shut up.
Don't go to prison, dog.
Oh damn!
I ain't built for prison, baby.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Maybe you
do
are
not
now.
Want that.
I'm like, yo, my dog in C5 don't got that uvula.
Yeah, they take out the uvula, the tonsils, and the soft palate, man.
What's that?
That's the soft part.
Oh, on the back.
On the roof of your mouth, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn.
Oh, it sucks, dude.
I bet. That probably hurt.
Yeah.
Did you lose a bunch of weight because you only eat soup?
Hell no, bro.
No? Still do it?
Does he look like it? Come on. Dude, you're right.
Come on.
You're right, man.
Come on, man.
It's just, meat off the bone is still meat off the bone. All right, my boy's gonna be all right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So you're thinking about doing it?
I just, I mean, it's
Have you had a sleep study done?
no.
You should do that first.
Like I don't have a lot of physical ailments other than just like I got some kind of
Other than I can't breathe. I mean,
I mean, hey, who needs to breathe and their brain work function? When
You should go to your ENT. You got an ENT, right?
What's that?
Ears, nose, and throat doctor.
I do not have a doctor of any kind.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still looking for that 3-finger doc.
Yeah.
When you find them,
2 preferably. Do they do 3?
you about to find out.
Jesus.
For a man of your stature, yeah.
Ouch.
I would let him know, like, you stop breathing in your sleep.
Well, he doesn't know that.
Yeah, he does. His wife.
Yeah.
Oh, you do the full.
Chad timed
Oh, the
me.
full stop.
What, like 40 seconds one time or something?
damn.
Whole
Full
minute?
minute.
Said it like a minute and some
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
I just said elbow me so I roll over on my side. I'll be all right.
Nah, dude, I'm telling you, man.
I do the
Telling you.
poor man shit. I do the breathe right strip.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna fix everything, and it doesn't.
No.
I did everything to avoid surgery. So the strips, and then
Mouth guard.
no, I didn't do all that.
Yeah, we want to try that.
They have some new mouth
Put
guards.
tennis. You sleep with a shirt on backwards like that, with 2 pockets.
What the hell does that do?
No, you put tennis balls in the pockets.
Oh, so it kind of makes
Push
you go
it
like
up?
this.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
So when you
that don't seem
roll,
comfortable.
no. It's so that when you roll over on your back,
Conversation's getting weird.
it gets uncomfortable and it makes you roll back over.
Oh, that's what the wifey's for. Just get on your side.
Yeah, well, now
Okay.
you don't have to get elbowed.
Just keep a couple tennis balls back.
Couple tennis balls,
You
baby.
get balled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sleep with a shirt backwards with. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you put tennis
Yeah, yeah,
balls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't sleep with no shirt on though.
Yeah, me either, man.
Look, you do a lot of things when you're trying to figure out how not to have surgery.
I mean, it's so bad. So I'm admitting right now, my 5-year-old still sleeps in the bed with us.
Oh, fuck.
Since the beginning, baby to now. Like, it's just
The last baby.
Wild West. There's no rules, whatever. Her
Oh, she ain't
instructions
leaving.
every night are, Dad, put on your breathe strip and take off your shirt. I'm like, I got the wife telling me roll over, and then her telling me,
She in the middle?
yeah. She doesn't want me wearing a t-shirt. She's like the skin to skin,
Yeah.
That's sweet. It's babies, man. They get used to that.
She's not a baby, dude.
She's almost a
not.
teenager, man.
Yeah.
If she could tell you,
She speaks. She can count to 10 in Spanish. I mean, it's getting like that.
yeah. Oh man.
She gonna be
Gotta
14.
That ain't me no more. I don't even.
She gonna be 14 talking about shut up and go to sleep, Dad.
My wife's girlfriend said. Yeah, my wife's girlfriend said that their kid was in their bed till 6, and I was like, ha ha ha, that'll never happen. We're on our way. We're on our way. I know.
What's the cutoff? You have a cutoff? Kindergarten?
I mean,
14.
At some point, man, we have to.
it's like,
do a
honey,
welfare check.
when you go to junior high, we have to sleep with our own bed,
Yeah.
okay?
But she doesn't want to sleep like with her sister.
I mean, she acts like she does, and then she goes downstairs, and then
Then what? That's when you
grabs her-
lock the door,
grabs her-
dog.
Oh, that's what it's gonna take.
Yeah. Then she'll cry it out a couple times.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough transition.
You put the CPAP in and some earbuds.
Hey, might be able to scare her off with that. Put that thing on there.
Just get the full. Okay.
Yeah.
Drew, you're onto something now. I can force this issue.
Trying to help you out, man.
That's right. Like, hey, I need room for my hoses and headgear.
Exactly. Put your machine right in the middle so it's just.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
And there's a lot. What is the percentage on that, I bet?
What?
People that need the CPAP.
Oh, it's a lot.
I think it's a lot, man.
3 out of 10? All dudes, though.
It's more than
Why dudes?
Yeah,
You
no,
never see a girl with a hot chick get the CPAP?
There's women that snore bad.
Yeah?
He's keyword there.
What? Women or snore bad or key or
Hot.
what?
He said
Hot chick. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have an opportunity to sleep with too many hot chicks. So
I mean,
Have you ever like laid in bed with a hot chick that snored? That shit's really, it's conflicting. It's very conflicting.
hey, you
It
gotta
is
go.
when you're
Like-
laying there with your own CPAP and you wake up and you're like, what the fuck is that noise? I'm not snoring. I'm awake. Like,
then you put
Something
it on
just
her.
woke me up.
this is awkward.
You need this more than I do.
Now, for the record, this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah, like 12
But
years ago.
I just remember waking up being like, God damn, is that
Deep snore.
just full honk off, man?
long
Even in
time?
another,
Was
even
this
in
like-
another room.
12 hours ago?
Well, I have a hot wife. She snores a little bit, but not enough to wake me up. Not enough to wake me up. I'm talking about like the one that snores like a 50-year-old man. That's
Fair,
bad.
fair. Oh, yeah.
I want to look that up.
What? How many hot chicks wear CPAP? Percentages? The percentage?
Yeah, I was just kind of curious. Oh, the internet's not working. Mother.
Oh.
All right.
And it can't because of extra weight on a dude's chest. I mean,
No, because
Girls do.
I actually know it's like some people that are like yourself in shape that are on CPAPs.
I can believe it.
There's like really thin people that are actually on the CPAP machine.
But is it mostly big dudes?
Yeah.
Yeah. All the guys I know definitely.
What about
are.
big-breasted?
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah, big-breasted ladies.
Yeah, probably, but
Well, it says
That's a good trade-off, though.
yeah, I'll take
an
that.
estimated 33 million adults. Doesn't specify male or female,
Dang.
but 33 million. That's a lot of people.
that's a number.
That's a number. Yeah.
That's probably just, I mean, they ain't got no CPAPs in the Philippines. Right?
No.
That's like America.
No, you'd have to bring it with you and then get the like weird plug-in adapter and
the
shit.
220 adapter.
Yeah.
Shit.
I actually do a lot better in more hydrating,
Moist, like humid?
humid areas. Do a lot better, like Hawaii.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Usually,
The heat,
like
man.
take a wave, and you get crushed by a wave, and you get sand and salt like jammed up your sinuses, and after you clear it out, I'm like, hey, I can breathe really good.
You
I'm
need
good
that.
for the rest of the vacation.
What's that machine they show on the commercial?
Oh, the
Lavage?
Blows-
Nutty Pop?
yeah.
Nah,
Lavage?
I'm not doing that. man.
Lavage, man.
Stop snoring. I'm like, I don't see how that's going to stop the structural damage of my nose is going to do any of that.
How did it get damaged?
Broken it 3 times. So soccer,
Soccer.
baseball, the first one took a baseball to the face. Ooh. Soccer, I smashed just head to head. You're looking down at the ball and just bam. Oof. And then I ate shit on my mountain bike, and that's how I broke my tooth. Yeah, and I got my chin, my tooth, and then I fucking smashed my nose like. So that was the 3rd time. Yeah, brutal.
So is it always like some sort of injury happen? Or sometimes you're just born like that?
That's what got me.
No, it's not always like that. I mean, there's people that
Playing ball.
are
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah. I mean, I got a big schnoz anyway.
Some people are
Yeah.
born like with
It's
a
a target.
deviated septum.
Oh, okay.
Well, on big guys playing ball, man, you got like elbows
elbows.
flying around and shit.
Right.
I caught
Yeah.
one elbow in college, and then another one, or actually somebody's head. It went threw it backwards. Just
Yeah. Damn. Let's talk about that for a minute. Switch gears a little bit. So you played ball youth through high school to college?
yep. So,
Okay.
So born and raised up here in Anchorage.
Okay. High school.
Yeah. So I went to West for 2 years and switched over to Bartlett. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, homegrown, man. And I had offers to, man, UNLV, Seton Hall, DePaul, Air Force.
So you played good.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I had all kinds of offers to go places, but I'm a homebody, man. Like,
What year?
Oh, it was hard.
What year
Oh,
did you
man.
graduate?
So 02.
Oh, too.
Yep.
West.
Okay.
Did you have Coach White?
So no, he was East.
Is that East?
Yeah. So I had Chalmers over at
Bartlett.
At Bartlett, and so decided to stay in state. Had a full ride with UAF.
You were pretty stringy in high school.
A little bit.
Yeah, I remember you. I went to Bartlett too, 01.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay,
and I always kind of like knew I recognized you.
Yeah.
When I'd pop into the shop, I'd see you, and even before,
Yeah.
like I'd see you with your boys at Turnigan. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the crews are tight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was like, man, that's like for some reason I know I've seen that dude around. And
this lanky mother.
Look at
That's
these guys
what it was,
reminiscing
man.
and shit.
Yeah.
well,
so,
it's not often you catch a lot of guys from St. Bartlett's.
yeah.
That's okay,
St.
man.
Bart's.
Old friends, huh?
St. Bart's
It's all
Academy,
gravy.
right?
Yeah.
It's all gravy.
So you were there when my first year teaching was at Bartlett. In 01.
Oh, was it?
I wasn't at school much.
01, 02?
I wasn't at school much.
Yeah,
I was kind of
Oh, you
like
were-
too cool driving around my lifted truck and my
Gotcha.
hat that
Yeah,
said
Chalmers
like
was
cock
there.
on it and shit.
So,
Remember those
Coach
stupid hats,
yeah,
man?
and then his kid
His
went
kid
there.
was there.
Yeah, in 02.
In 02.
01,
Okay.
yeah.
01, 02 is when I worked there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
So you got offers, like full ride offers?
I had full rides to all those.
And you said no?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So I'm going to stick to the YMCA.
Yeah, man. All I wanted to do was ride sleds, man.
Oh, even back then.
That's I'm that guy. You know, I wanted to
Yeah.
be close to home. I had a girl, you know, and I wanted to ride sleds, be with her, and just hoop. And it worked out pretty good, man. We had a real good time up in Fairbanks. You know, won a few championships. Went to the national tournament 3 times. Made Sweet 16 twice.
Okay,
I mean,
so you
were
played
legit.
UAF?
UAF, yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so I went up there and had a real good career, man.
All right,
Man, you
4
could've been
years?
the next Michael Jackson or Jordan, baby.
Yeah, I did pretty good, man. I had a good time.
So that was a perfect balance. You could still hoop and play do what you love,
Yeah,
and
man.
then
So,
be close to riding,
Everything.
the girlfriend, family,
Family, all
friends,
that. Yep.
all that. Okay.
you know, and sleds were everything. And you know, I took some courses up there, you know, majored in business, but, you know, I would go get out of school and I'd run down to North Pole, and I knew a buddy down there with a shop, and I'd be building sleds on my off time on the weekend. And, you know, that kept my sanity. I mean, you're in Fairbanks. Let's
Right,
keep
Yeah.
it real.
Yeah.
It's cold.
It's cold.
You
and
got to
dark.
have something to do. So, you know, I just run over there and just start building sleds. And that's what we did on our free time. If I wasn't traveling on the road or, you know, in class, I was that nerd putting together motors.
Yeah.
So, loved it.
Yeah.
Is it easier or harder to be so tall and ride sleds?
Dude, it's brutal.
Hard,
Like, they don't make anything for me.
Got
You
it.
know, I don't fit in side-by-sides right. I don't, you know, sleds are small, bikes are small, you know, motorcycles, all that stuff. It's just, I find a way to make it work. But,
Yeah.
you know, nothing's designed for me. I'm
Well-
always hunched over, crammed in, or my knees
That's
are
because
hitting
we're
the
normal.
thing.
Yeah.
We're normal.
Yeah. Hey, this is my noise. That's all I know. You know, but it is challenging,
Yeah.
you know, but I love it.
Well, and the older sleds didn't come with risers.
Dude, they
They were all like right on the freaking top of the shaft. Like,
Yep. Yeah. So I
So you're
had these
hunched.
monster risers. I was that guy with an 8-inch riser.
but then
and
you had to get extended cables for everything too,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You can't,
did all that.
because even like what was the old school standard riser back in the day? 6 inches, 4 inches.
Yeah, 4 inches. 4.
And then a lot of times you'd put that bar. So for our listeners, if you're looking at handlebars on a dirt bike or snow machine, they clamp onto the top of a shaft, and then you're standing there upright, and you're holding your handlebars. Well, they're not just like nice and even with your waist or lower torso. They're down. So
Down by
in your
your knees.
case, you were down by the middle of your thigh,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then so there's a block riser that you can bolt on to the shaft and then bolt the handlebars onto, therefore giving you
Extra
rise.
height. Yep.
Which the factory sleds now come with like a 6-inch riser almost.
Yeah.
All of them
They're all
anymore.
pretty good. Anymore, I don't even have to do that.
No.
You know, so
Yeah.
the evolution of sleds has come a long way, you know, and even the side-by-side. All these things are getting bigger,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so it is better, but it's still, you know, me jumping on a plane
Just all of it.
Dude, it's brutal, man.
Yeah, so what are you, 6'5", 6'6"?
6'7".
6'7"? Okay, I thought you almost ducked coming through the doorway there.
I got to be careful.
Hell yeah, you better give them extra 2 inches, man.
I was like...
I'm getting older, man. It might be 6'6".
Squeezing down a little bit.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, there's like 2 riser blocks right there.
What's the double?
Yeah, the adjustable.
Oh, adjustable. Okay.
That was him back in the day, man.
Yep. Then I'd put bars on it that had, more rise to them even yet.
Okay.
Just to try to get them
35 washers on each side, stacking up.
Yeah, man. Hey, do what you got to do.
And then the higher you get, the more torque you're putting on that shaft, so it's actually easier to bend that shit.
So that was the other thing. Back in the day, they were just a piece of chromoly or mild steel or something like that. I'd go in there, cut the top off, throw another sleeve in there, weld it in, and then put the top back on. Just to strengthen it. Because I'd snap them off. Just so much leverage. Getting a side hill or something, or doing something stupid, jumping, whatever, and you just land and. Got handlebars in your lap. You're like, oh no, man. I can't tell you how many times I came out with a rope hooked to the front of the ski.
Oh, no shit.
I'm pulling left and right just trying to get out.
Doing that Christmas story, just like, oh, fuck.
You know it.
You still hoop at all?
So we just had our an alumni game up at UAF.
Oh, nice.
So I finished in 06. I started in 02 and finished 06. So it's been 20 years, man.
Damn.
And my buddy calls me up. He's like, "Hey, we're doing it again, man. You can come up?" I'm like, "All right, man. Hey, I'll be there." So spend a month or so trying to eat right. Run a little here and there. Get back in shape.
Yeah.
Whatever. Man, those kids are running around. They don't stop. They're running and jumping and flying. And I'm there's some guys that 20 years gone by. We're not.
Oh, they're dad bods.
They're full dad bods. They're rough. I try to take care of myself, eat right, work out, all that stuff. But you get out there and there's 20-year-old kids and they're jumping 40 inches and running and sprinting and they never stop, man.
Yeah.
And
back and forth.
Yeah, and I was gassed.
You're like half court.
We're like 3 minutes in. So the first time down, I go down and I get the first shot and I make it. And then the second shot, I get the second shot in and I'm like, all right, I'm feeling pretty good. 2 more times down the court and I'm calling for a sub. We're 3 minutes in. I'm like, I'm done. My legs are getting.
You got to pull that LeBron, man. You got to flop to stop time, man.
Hey, props to that dude for doing it at 39 years old the way he is, man. I mean, I remember watching him. So he was a year behind me. So I was my freshman year in college. He was a senior in high school. And I'm watching this dude and I'm like, he's a freak, man. It's incredible to watch him. He's still doing it.
Dude,
I go out there for 3 minutes and I'm done. So
I think he's leading his team in minutes,
and points and everything. Like
all of it.
Whether you like him or not, he's a freak. Like he is.
Oh, physically
he's something
able to
like
do it.
yeah.
If you pay me that money, I'd be a freak too. I'm just telling you.
It's easy to say that, man.
Not that kind. Dog.
Look at Vince.
Yeah.
But like
they got OnlyFans.
Vince Carter and
all
these
these dudes. I'm trying.
Just be like uvulous.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
There you go. In Alaska.
Yeah.
No UV in Alaska. Maybe.
I'm with you on that, Drew. I've been following him forever.
Just your CPAP on, no shirt.
He's a freak. What he's doing is out of
Fuck
this world.
that tube out there.
You guys are graphic, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
Oh, sorry, man. We doing a podcast.
I don't even know what that was.
Anyway, so we got Andrew Smith here. I don't know what episode we are.
Welcome to episode 147. We got Andrew Smith here from Yamaha Anchorage and Yamaha Polaris.
Anchorage Yamaha Polaris. Yeah.
Anchorage Yamaha Polaris.
Yeah. And Wasilla. I guess we got to throw that out there. Wasilla.
Oh, Wasilla too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Wasilla.
Yeah. So the dealerships are linked?
Yeah, I own both.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So different name, DBA. We're all under one umbrella.
Okay. I was wondering that because I bought a machine from you, but I get it serviced in the valley.
A lot of guys do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the old boy's name out there that?
The service guy?
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah. He's money, dude.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Props to Dave.
Between smoke breaks, he's got you.
Oh,
but he's going to have a smoke break.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. But that's actually like there's a crew of dinosaurs in that shop.
Dude, I mean.
With all due respect.
No. I'm not knocking it because I'll tell you what, man. We're 40 miles apart, 50 miles, whatever it is, between, Wasilla and Anchorage. Mm-hmm. It is a totally different vibe. Like what I do in Anchorage does not apply in Wasilla. None. Zero. And I didn't know that going into it. I'm like, okay, I run my shop this way. We're going to do it this way. I get out there, and they're like, get the fuck out.
They're like, slow down.
I'm like, no,
slow down.
This is how we do it. I know it works. This is the key to success. All this blah, blah. I don't do that anymore because those dudes have
stopped fighting it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it took about a year, 2 years maybe to like realize that they work on a different level, a different speed, a different, just a whole nother set of rules. And props to them that Dave does a killer job. Like, and it's slow, it's low key, and it works.
Slow and steady.
So I go with it, man. And I learned something, opened my eyes, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say, I was wrong. I take a step back and realize, hey, man, they've got it figured out. And it is a bunch of dinosaurs, man. They're older guys, all of them, every single one of them. I got one guy working the counter, and he's the oldest soul I know. He's like 22 and he's 45.
Yeah, he's just with a bunch of like old.
Yeah.
I say old. I should say just mature, patient,
seasoned,
men.
Yeah, and they get it done, man. I mean, it's at a different pace than I'm used to.
Yeah,
I go out there and they're just, Drew, slow down, man. We got this. And I'm like,
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's just different.
Because when I come to your shop in town,
I'm everywhere.
Them boys is rocking and rolling back.
I'm here,
I'm there. Those guys are moving.
Yeah.
We're rolling.
Yeah, phone's ringing off the hook.
It never stops, dude.
Yeah,
500, 600, 700 calls a day. Out there, you get 80. I'm like, are the phones working? I've been here for 3 hours and it hasn't rang. They're like, oh, it's not 2 yet. And I'm like, what? Like, about 2 o'clock, it'll start ringing. Like, man, this is different. Yeah. How do you?
But it calls after lunch break.
Yeah, man. It just, Chepo's, when Chepo's was there, right next door.
Yeah.
The lunch crowd that comes in, they're waiting for a seat or whatever, and they'll stop in and, pick up this or that or whatever, and on the way in or out, or waiting for a table, come in, check things out for 10, 15 minutes, buy a rig and leave. Like, what? That doesn't happen in town,
Right. Right.
They just leisurely buy some. Somebody comes in town, they know more than you do. They've been on Google for 3 weeks straight. Come in here and educate you on what you're selling, So different vibe out there, man. And but it's good, it's low key, slow, low maintenance, and they just kind of do it.
I tried to schedule a service. I bought a X4 Wolverine in 21, right post COVID. So I was like, you had to buy them now because they were like flying off the shelf. And I went to get the first service. And the dude was like, yeah, man. He's like, we're slammed. We're booked out till, I forgot whatever he said. He's like, but call Dave in Wasilla. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I don't mind going out to Wasilla. That doesn't bother me at all. So I hit up Dave, and Dave's like, yeah, man, bring it in about 3 weeks. I'm like, all right, cool. So I run out there. I'm taking it out now. This is 2 seasons in a row. And this last year, I went to pick it up, and I had to use the restroom, and I asked if I could use the restroom. Well, there's no, restroom
Public.
In the front, so I had to walk through the back. So I was kind of like, man, I wonder what it's kind of like back here. Let's go walking back there, man. There's just 3 older dudes. They're sitting on their they're sitting in their stools, and their workbench has got their shit on it. Yeah. And everybody's just got their readers doing their thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I know what's going on here, man. Because when Dave said it's going to be done, it's done exactly when he said.
Yeah, he knows their schedule. I operate
all of it
on an hour-and-a-half turnaround. They operate on a 3-hour, but it's going to be done. There's not going to be any mistakes. It's going to be right. They roll at a different pace.
Well, and I guess I might have been judging the book by its cover as a consumer, but seeing all those experienced, what I saw were very experienced technicians, I felt peace of mind that my shit was right.
Yeah,
I was like, these guys know my machine, but they also know however many other generations of goddamn 4-wheelers and side-by-sides and snow machines and shit that they've worked on through the years. So,
well, and that one's just a Yamaha shop. So it's
Yamaha
and Yamaha only. That's all they do. That's all they're geared for. It's all they, and Rex, he's worked for me he actually worked for me in Anchorage.
Okay.
And so he got a place out there when we bought that store and just kept working. And so he knows my way. He's got his way, and we kind of meet in the middle sometimes. We butt head once in a while, but he always gets it done. He's slow and methodical and just knocks it out, and we're all human time to time, I'm not going to say we don't screw up once in a while, but those guys, man, they're slow and steady. It's the perfect, tortoise in the hare. I mean, it's that to a T, but they get the job done, man. So
Cool.
I try not to intervene too much. If I see something, I'll say something. But other than that, let them roll.
Well, and it's challenging not only running one shop, but having two and then being in different markets and just separated. Even though you said 50 miles is still...
It's not much, but it changes things.
That
lifestyle out there, people live out there for different reasons. They like the space. They like the, different lifestyle. They, they don't like the hustle and bustle of downtown Anchorage. It does have a very different feel. So and they live out there. They know it. They feel it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
That's why I live where I live.
Yeah, you're out there too.
It's different, man.
Yeah. Was it always like that? Was it the previous owner of Anchorage Yamaha owned that shop too, or was it separate owners?
So we, when did we buy it? 7-8 years ago, and I still had a partner at the time, and he was kind of on his way out.
Okay.
I was finished getting that deal done, and that popped up, and I was like, man, we got to do this. Like, the opportunity is too good to pass on this.
Yeah.
So, we ended up buying it together, but it was part of the package deal, and he was only in it, I think, another year or two at the most, I think, and then he was out. So
timing was perfect for you, though.
It was real good, man.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, then COVID happened. Everything kind of went nuts again. It was good. Pretty blessed with how all that worked out. It was scary at first, COVID, and everybody lock your doors, shut your doors down, everybody go home, can't deliver anything. I was like, oh no.
Right.
Just bought this thing.
I bought I spent all this dough.
I'm all in on this shit.
Damn, man. But it was scary at first, man. We kind of held up all our orders and like, we're going to check up and, see how this plays out, and ended up, doubling down and came out
That's good.
Pretty good, man. So.
How's your relationship with some of the other owners and other shops, even different brands? Is it like friendly, or is it kind of like
depends if they want something? I mean, the Yamaha side of things, man, it's a different feel than Polaris. The marine world is just the marine world, because we have a marine division in Anchorage too.
Okay,
we do Suzuki and Tohatsu as well, and that's its own deal altogether. But the Yamaha world, it's pretty chill. Everybody, all the dealers talk, all the owners talk together. It's pretty family feeling. Polaris, it's got a different feel to it. It's a lot more aggressive game plan though. The whole strategy is different. But it's good, and until it isn't, and then all of a sudden, you're battling for, market share and this and that. But I think it's healthy. It's a healthy respect for trying to sell things.
A little competition.
Yeah, it's good competition. It's welcome, because if everybody's just lollygagging around, nobody, you're not doing.
And there's no monopoly on it.
No. No. So I mean, you got Paul and Eagle River and Hatcher Pass doing their thing, and we all sell into each other's what they call PMA, primary market area. But it's always a battle. But it's, like I said, it's healthy. I like it. And, if you don't like competition, you're not getting better. This business isn't for you,
right?
That's very true.
I think competition. Growing up doing what I did, playing basketball and all that stuff, man. That's bring it on, man. You're bigger than me.
Bring it on.
I don't care how big you are, or what store you are, what brand you got behind you.
About to get posterized.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it.
Let me ask you a question. You brought up Yamaha, right? Mm-hmm. So what's your future look like
with that brand?
With Yamaha getting out of the snowmobile world, yeah. Or what does that do to you?
So back in 2014, to run it back a little bit, they jumped in bed with Arctic Cat and did this joint venture with motors and chassis and stuff like that. And I was a little hesitant with all that, because Arctic Cat, that's always been our competition. Why are we getting in bed with, third place? That seems weird, but it worked out all right for a little while. And then, Textron came in and bought Arctic Cat, and, that whole deal was kind of a mess anyway, right? And it started to show signs of, what I was worried about, just, the consistency of the product. And, Yamaha's very loyal, stupid loyal company. I mean, they want your dealers to be healthy. They want to see you do well. They want to make sure you have the product that fits your your demographic, right? Cat, they just kind of, this is what you need, this is what you get. No, you can't have that. They dictate instead of you.
Oh yeah, there's no nothing.
So,
there's no additional.
Yeah. So
I've noticed that.
So that I wasn't a fan of that. It's hard to get parts for a while. You can go run over to Cat and get their parts, their colors, cheaper, different, more available. And so for that made it, you know, I wasn't a big fan. You know, am I going to miss the Yamaha sleds? Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, that's what got me into all this. Like I said, I'm a sled head, you know, high school, college. Like all I want to do is ride sleds, you know, and build sleds and build cool stuff.
The old Mountain Max 700 triple?
Yeah, man. Who didn't have one of those?
SLP triple pipes? That's right, baby.
You know, and that's what got me in all this mess, you know, and when the 4-strokes came out, I'm a turbo guy, man. I mean, turbos, everything. Anything I have has a turbo on it, you know, or two, you know, and we've done some cool things, man. You know, we set a world record on water skipping with the Yamaha snowmobile. We've got the Alaska state record on asphalt on a Yamaha snowmobile. So there's a lot of cool things
it's kind of weird because they're not on snow.
It don't matter, man.
I mean, you know me. Like,
I'll ride them anywhere, man.
I've got the one that I bring to you with the nitro.
Yeah. So we actually, the world record's on a nitro.
I refuse to get rid of it. Like,
but that's the thing. The motor will never die. I mean,
know.
It's going to run and run and run and
and
run.
It's got like insane power. It's stupid how much power that thing has.
Yeah, man. We've pushed those motors 400 or 500 horse, and they like it. You know, it just gets better.
Damn, on a snow machine?
Yeah. Our world record water sled was, we're about 450. You know, we were running 25 pounds of boost and another 100 shot of nitrous on top of that. I mean, just silly numbers.
Just hold on and just you're flapping in the wind. Hold on to the handlebars.
It was nuts, man. It was a lot of fun.
So are you looking at putting a new line in, or are you just going to run Yamaha's
because
4-wheelers and side-by-sides?
Yeah, I mean, their summer business is really where they're at. I mean, that's where, I mean, you look at Yamaha and what they do, they're global. You know, they think globally. Like, they want to build motorcycles, they want to build street bikes, they want to build stuff for the kids, and ATVs, side-by-sides is a new one, you know, that they're investing more and more into. But they think globally, you know, outboard motors, stuff like that. They wherever they can, you know, sell it globally, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to put their money into. So, you know, is it going to affect their bottom line? Maybe a little bit. But, you know, stores like Wasilla, where that's their sole line, you know, because at Anchorage I got Polaris.
Right.
We sell lots of sleds.
Yeah.
So it's going to affect it a little bit, but we got some game plans, you know, coming up, and hopefully, you know, we'll make up the little bit of difference. But again, it's, you know, our money's made in the summer with, you know, you have so many options. You know, in the winter, just sleds. Summer, you got ATVs, dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, sport bikes. You know,
gotcha.
You got a lot bigger audience. You know, you got a bigger net than you do in the wintertime. So
right.
We'll keep servicing them. We're going to keep warrantying, you know, doing the stuff that, you know, Yamaha said they're going to back it and make sure that they take care of the customers that they did have and acquire over the years and stuff like that. And I believe that. They're a pretty loyal company, man.
Right,
you know,
right.
They made a financial decision, not a, you know, unfortunately, you know, sled world is driven by emotion, you know, that sleds don't make sense. You know, they don't pencil right, but, you know, it's an emotionally driven sport. You know, where a lot of other ones are, you know, driven by the dollar. And
I get it. Yeah.
So they'll keep doing it, you know, and Yamaha is a good company, you know.
Right.
So it done me pretty well over the years. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to back up just a little bit. So before you got into this dealership stuff, what were you doing, and what inspired you to take the leap of faith and actually purchase a power sports business?
Kind of a weird story. And like I said, I've always been a sled head and, you know, gearhead, and I've always been wrenching, and, you know, my grandpa was that way, and I just kind of learned by building my own motors and getting in and building my own turbo systems and started welding and doing my own thing. And
trial and error and breaking shit. And
just learning, man. You know, and the internet didn't have a whole lot of information back then. You know, it was around, but not much. You know, it was trial by fire. You know, and so I go to school and, you know, I play college ball, and, you know, it took about 6 months off, and I actually got a job to play over in Portugal, to play pro ball. And so I took that, played a couple seasons, you know, did it, you know, went and did that, got a couple bucks, and came back, you know, on the off season, I'd go work for Anchorage Yamaha, you know, and he's like, hey man, come work for me in the summer.
And who was the original owner?
Court Falp.
That's
he owned it for 20 something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he knew me because I was buying sleds and turboing them and doing all this.
Tallest guy that always come up to the door to buy something.
I'd walk through the door, and then I was
There's Drew again.
Yeah.
What's he going to buy to destroy?
Yeah, exactly. What's he building now?
Which belt you need today?
Yeah. And so I'd come back and I'd work for him, in the spring and the summertime and whatever, and ended up, me and my wife, she got pregnant. I don't know how that happened, but poke around and find out.
Kind of how it's kind of.
It's pre-CPAP.
I was supposed to go over to Germany. I had a contract in Germany to go play, and ended up, passing on it. And I went to court.
Time to be a family man.
Yeah, man. And she
Good
didn't like the idea of going overseas, and the medical, is a little different.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's just different.
It's just unsettling.
Yeah, first kid, she doesn't know, doesn't like needles, doctors, nothing. I can respect that.
Right.
Yeah.
So ended up, going to him and like, hey man, I need a full-time job. I need to stick around for a little bit. And he was like, yeah, sure, man, go for it. And ended up becoming the service manager. He recognized, I was pretty good at what I was doing. Knew what I was doing.
Sure.
And I picked up pretty quick. And
leading the crew and
yeah. I was kind of taking over. They had a service manager already, and he was kind of
rubbed him out.
Yeah, he got rid of him pretty quick. And so
that's how it works.
Yeah, man. And I think a year or two went by, and I was doing pretty good. And I realized that I was like, man, I'm not really. I've kind of reached the peak. They already had a general manager. He's not that much older than me. And of course, he's getting a little bit older. And he's like, "Hey, man, what do you think? You want to buy this place?" I was like, well, it's either that or I need to go do something else. I got this money. I got a kid. And things are getting kind of tight. And he shot his number, and I kind of laughed. I was like, well, that's not going to happen. I don't got to like that.
You signed my paycheck, so how's that pencil out,
you
bro?
You know what I make, dude. I made some money, but I spent a lot of money too.
Oh, sure.
And over the course of a period of time, we kind of came to a number and started the process and kind of got the ball rolling, and took a couple years. To get it all figured out and done, paid off, and owned it, for a few years now. And, solo without him, we were partners for a few years. And, and
kind of handed the baton in a sense.
Yeah. And, he stuck around and I was running it. I mean, truth be told, he was there, but he wasn't. He was pretty checked out. He knew what I was doing. And
he put his time in too, right?
He put his time in for sure. Yeah. Showed me, his ways, and, with the coming of the internet and Facebooks and all these different social ways to advertise and do things differently is definitely in my wheelhouse versus what the ADN is gone. We don't have a classified
He's still
section.
trying to carbon copy that. Write that service.
Yeah, but he was cool with it, man. He let me run with it and kind of develop it into the new age way. And not that it's perfect or better or whatever, but he stepped back and let me run with it, and it got pretty good. And we started showing some growth. Picked up the Wasilla store, added some lines. I added Polaris, and that was a big step.
That had to be huge.
That was big.
Yeah.
And knowing some people and with Merida and all those guys going out, and I kind of had in.
That's right. Merida was the other Polaris.
I was trying to think of who it was.
I totally forgot about them.
Yeah. So they were kind of spiraling, and I saw that, and I had already been, working my way into, talks and some other stuff with the guys over there, and just the timing was right, man. It worked out, where the opportunity came up, and I submitted what I am, who I am, and what I wanted to do, and it kind of penciled out and it worked. So got real lucky, and being a sled guy, and being that guy, and I think that definitely helped. And
they vet you, right? They're like checking you out. They see who's
and they took the local guy's opinion, obviously, and he knew me, and knew what I was about, knew him at every show, and always on a sled, and always out in front of people, and always trying to grow my brand, even the small as Yamaha was, it was like, man, what can I do with that?
We're still out in front of
jump on board with that.
That's what I was going to ask. So they research you. It's not a matter of, I want to be a Polaris dealer.
Yeah, you don't just write a check, right?
Can we buy?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if it's big enough, they probably will. But I couldn't do
amount,
that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think they were definitely looking at other dealers. I'm not going to be blind to the fact that they were looking at other people. But I think it just penciled right, and that who I am, what I was doing, right place, right time, and just what I was willing to put into it. I think put us in the right spot. So
no, I'm with it. I mean,
so is there another
Polaris? Polaris. I mean.
Is there someone else Polaris in Anchorage? Or no, you're the only one?
The Honda shop.
The Honda shop.
Yeah. Oh, man, that don't count.
Yeah, that don't count.
And
does that count?
I didn't.
No.
Okay, I'll say it, man. That don't count.
I call them the Honda shop because they're
mostly Honda,
they were
right?
Honda before Polaris. I think they took on Polaris, but I don't want to disrespect local businesses. No. I know that running a day-to-day business can be a challenge, so I want to be careful and tread lightly not to talk shit. But I can just tell you my experience at that place as it pertains to anything Polaris. I walked out every time like, what the fuck is going on in this place? Yeah. And I'll just leave it at that.
It's different. They got a beautiful building. I mean, they do things.
Their facility and their showroom and the whole thing is great, but I ain't getting the warm and fuzzies like anybody knows what the hell they're doing over there.
It's different.
Well, just saying.
I think that's goes for a couple places.
But
because there's a reason besides the fact that I know you out of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know where I live in.
Yeah.
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 There's a reason I drive all the way to Spenard to drop off the wheeler and the snow machine to get.
I think it's important, like in this industry, like many industries, you have to live the brand. Like you have to not only enjoy it, and it makes it a living, but even if I wasn't making a living doing this, I'd still be doing this. Like I'd still be wrenching my garage. I'd be building cool stuff.
Yeah,
I'd be
right.
So it helps living that. And I think people,
people see that.
They
feel it.
They want to go be a part of that. They want to, there's trust given with that because I speak from firsthand experience. I go out there. I'm trying these things. We're testing new things and we're doing things. And so it's not just I read it on a book or saw it on the internet. I ride sleds. I go hunting on side by sides. We work on wheelers. I got a boat. I'm living every part of that business because I feel like that's part of my responsibility as the owner, as that person. I need to get out there and
that's what I'm saying.
Representing it.
Yeah, representing, but knowing what I'm talking about. I don't want to wing it.
If you got a snowmobile dealer and he ain't out breaking wrists or forearms, that's not your guy.
Yeah, I don't want to do that again, though.
This is your guy.
How do you find that balance between getting out there and running a business? Because running a business, man, that could consume a lot of time.
Dude, man, in this last couple of years, so it's been rough, finding good people.
Don't lie either, because I've called the shop a couple times.
I get out once in a while, man.
Okay. So you make the time.
If there's an opener, don't call.
Yeah.
Don't look for me, because I'm
Call
not
me
there.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. But, Sunday night at 9, I'm probably still there, But you got to live the life, man. You got to put yourself out there. You got to learn it. You got to feel it. You got to speak from experience, man. And I think that's important, But the balance, yes, is hard. And the last few years have been hard finding good help. We lost one of our key sales guys this summer, and I was pinned. I was having to work, do what I do, and then
you didn't lose Steve, did you?
No, Steve's still there.
Oof.
Dude, he's a lifer, man.
He's a G, man.
Come on, man.
That guy can sell ice to an Eskimo, bro.
Yeah, dude, he can, but he can't run a computer.
Oh, I can see that.
We know
the guy. I
that.
love him to death,
like
and would do anything for the man. But you got to run a computer. Everything.
He knows your guys' shit though.
As far
as products and stuff,
and he bleeds blue. Like that dude is through and through.
Yeah, Yamaha.
I bring the sled in. He starts foaming at the mouth.
Oh yeah,
he loves it.
Yeah,
absolutely loves it.
He's badass, dude.
You change one thing on there, he'll know.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, you bring the forklift to get this out? Oh no, I'll drive it.
Yeah.
All right, man, go for it, bro.
So you got to have key personality, but balancing it it's tough, man. And finding time, and this year's been harder than I think the last, half dozen. Just because of manpower, time, product availability, all those things. I mean, it was a perfect storm of, tight times. We're finally starting to get product, and your list of people waiting are starting to go down. It's balancing out a little bit more.
Gotcha.
So it's getting back to the old days, the regular. You got to work for it,
Yeah.
And so it's getting back to that. And with shorthand or short staffed, it was a challenge for a little bit, but we're starting to get back in the groove. Starting to get the people back on board, and it's starting to feel like it was, which is fun.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters and outdoor enthusiasts with the highest quality gear and equipment since they opened their doors in 1963. Barney's carries exclusive brands such as Alpaca Rafts, Sitka, Sims, Exo Mountain Gear, Hilleberg, and much more. Barney's prides themselves with keeping a huge stock on hand of various top-of-the-line tents, footwear, sleeping bags, optics, cross-country skis, just to name a few. Barney's is also the exclusive retailer of Montana knives, Seek Outside, Kafaru, Stone Glacier, and their in-house brand, Frontier Gear of Alaska. Barney's has a superior selection of top-rated boots, sleeping bags, dry bags, mountaineering gear, electronics, and accessories. Need freeze-dried food or mountain snacks? They got that too. Barney's now has an amazing new paperback catalog available for in-store pickup or online order. Visit them today at barneysports.com, or even better, stop by the store in Anchorage at 906 West Northern Lights. If you want the best, there's only one name in the game, Barney's Sports Chalet.
Alaska Mining and Diving Supply, located in Anchorage for 47 years, has expanded 3 stores. The main store, the largest Skidoo sled dealer in North America, also has Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Climb, Suzuki Outboards, Honda Outboards, generators and snowboards, Kingfisher boats, and so much more. Alaska Motorsports and Equipment just next door, which was previously Anchorage Suzuki Arctic Cat, for all your Arctic Cat, Suzuki ATV, Husqvarna, Generac, Mahindra Tractor, and now Argo Pro and Sasquatch needs. And to round it out, also next door, the brand new Alaska Mining Superstore, for the largest selection of recreational and light commercial mining equipment anywhere, period.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaska public lands, waters, and wildlife. From national level policy work to engagement with boots on the ground projects from Kotzebue to Ketchikan. BHA performs public land cleanups, hunting and fishing clinics, and community education to help take your game to the next level. BHA's community-minded goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping wildlands wild and fostering the next generation of sportsmen and women for years to come. Make sure to follow BHA Alaska for upcoming events, local brewery pint nights, and more. Stand up for Alaska public lands and waters by supporting the Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Join us today at backcountryhunters.org.
The Treehouse AK, your one-stop dispensary located at 341 Boniface Parkway. When you pull up to the Treehouse, you'll notice the beautifully hand-drawn art by Alaska's own Ted Kim. Once you get inside, you're going to see many of the same people that have been there since they opened. The bud tenders know you and what you like and what new product you should be checking out. The store is super clean and the music's always on point. The Treehouse and local owner Josh Boots is a staple in the cannabis culture through his music, community givebacks, and a lifetime desire to bring the people of Alaska the best products available. The Treehouse always has at least 25 strains available, and they're all shown prominently deli style in clear, openable jars so you can see and smell your options. Other products include edibles, concentrates, vape carts, pre-rolls, flour, dab rigs, and anything else you need, they got it. They also have some pretty sick merchandise for sale. Check out thetreehouseak.com, or better yet, stop by the Treehouse today and get started on their loyalty program. Remember, you must be 21 years of age to enter their store. The Treehouse, where the culture lives. What's that?
Said you just sell it.
That?
Yeah.
He has been. He's been, we're talking about the Handy Bunk. He's got it in all the stores around Alaska, but, you know, if you want to go nationwide, worldwide, you know, there's meetings and numbers and manufacturing and, you know, you don't want to go the China route. And, you know, that's,
if you can help it,
there's a lot to think about there.
I mean, that's a big push now, right? In America,
big time. Especially I saw that little on that, even that sweater you're wearing. There was an awesome post today about, did you see that today? Because that's like all American made. And some dude was like calling out all these other hunting brands and all that, because all the stuff's made in Bangladesh and wherever else. And
yeah, that's Origin's whole thing. Well, Yeah. So the hunting part of this is because they brought on some people. So Origin was originally like, I forget the guy who started its name, and Jocko.
Oh, that's Jocko's thing?
Jocko's part of the brand. And so they started
the boot
with
thing?
like manufacturing like gis.
That's right.
And then boots and denim. And then they brought on Kip and Cam Haynes. And Kip started Under Armour.
Okay.
And then he left Under Armour. And Cam was Under Armour's longest tenured athlete, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That a bow hunter and ultra runner is Under Armour's longest tenured athlete.
Right.
And so now they're both part of this. And Kip's probably posted quite a few things.
That's probably who I saw. I didn't recognize who it was. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, all manufactured, all sourced, all made here. People will pay more. Knowing that,
dude, sourced is the crazy part of it too.
Yeah.
Like all the materials are sourced. Like that's probably the hardest thing you would overcome with like hunting gear is that what Gore-Tex, where are you going to get that in America?
Yeah.
Like there's not an American company. I mean, it used to be a big deal even when like AK Soul, when we used to do t-shirts, we tried to buy American apparel because that was like the only t-shirt you could find that was like American made.
Yeah. It's tough.
Or it was actually sourced out of America.
Yeah, but you paid more. I mean, it's a premium product, but
there wasn't a lot of margin on a shirt when you can $25 or whatever.
Like that's probably the biggest political movement right now, right? For like at least empowering the common folk.
Yeah.
Or people that live in a state like Alaska where like our vote's pretty irrelevant because of we get 3 votes. California gets 200 or something in the electoral college? Yeah. I don't even know. It's a ridiculous amount, right?
Lean.
Yeah.
So
it's already decided by the time ours go in.
Yeah.
But
pretty much
you can vote with your money.
Yeah.
And supporting companies so there's a lot of these companies are tied very close together. Black Rifle Coffee Company, Montana Knife Company, Origin. A lot of those brands, they all know each other very well. And so like there's a
For people wondering, Chad took the chair from the mayor.
Little swap out.
A little swap out there.
He called for a sub.
He's gonna go clean his CPAP machine before he goes to bed. It's getting late.
He ran the floor. He ran the floor on 4 transitions. Man, it was time for calling a sub.
Did I hear a rumor that you guys are doing the solar boats?
So we're working on stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. We're trying to get in on that. I'll tell you what, man. Customs has been hell. There's a lot going on there, man. Without going too deep into it, but it's been rough.
Why don't you just call up Biden and say, hey,
just call him up?
when you send the next $100 billion to Ukraine, do you think you could get Russia to drop off a few boats for me?
Yeah, man.
I was wondering how that was going to work.
It's been rough, man. And we've been working with companies and we've been delayed, and we're still working on some stuff. But it goes great with our Tohatsu lineup, outboard jets.
Yep.
And so we're just trying to further that. We had a couple out last summer, and man, they're ridiculous. I mean, you can go anywhere.
It's just taking over.
I mean,
man.
they're terrible. You don't want one.
Yeah.
But come get the jet.
Yeah.
They don't do well in water.
No, terrible.
I think the word's out, man.
Yeah. The word is definitely out.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about like the marine line.
Yeah.
Because like the Yamaha footprint, growing up in Alaska, also born and raised, and some of my first brand new rigs I bought were, a Banshee, a Grizzly, that was the Yamaha. And I think I bought a little 2.5 horse Suzuki outboard from
those are money.
Yamaha. Oh man, dude, thing just runs so good.
Yeah.
All self-contained, light. Oh man, it's the greatest little trolling motor.
Doubles as a weed eater.
Doesn't do bad in the grass, actually. But I never really could quite grasp what the footprint of like the marine side of Anchorage Yamaha was. I know you sell Suzuki and Tohatsu, and every once in a while you'd see some hulls and stuff out there. Do you guys actually sell hulls in boats, or is it just outboards pretty much?
We used to be.
Sorry if that's a hard question.
No,
okay.
Fine, I mean.
Yeah.
We did carry North River for a while.
Okay.
We had A-Tech boats, which were made in Soldat.
Okay, those were the hulls that I used to see stacked up out there.
Yep. We did quite a bit of those. I think that company dissolved after a little bit.
The one in Kasilov or whatever?
Yeah.
They're not doing it no more?
Yeah, something happened down there, you know.
Oh, bummer.
But, yeah, it was too
They
bad.
make good products.
It was a burly boat.
Trailers and all that, too.
They did everything, you know.
Yeah.
I think some stuff went down with Steve and, you know, life, you know.
Okay.
And so
fair enough.
We stepped away a little bit. Yeah. And kind of struggled the last couple years to pick up a line, but, you know, we're a repower center, you know, and we don't have a lot of space, as you probably know.
Yeah, I mean, where are you even going to park a boat?
So we got to be careful, you know, with what we bring on just due to space and logistics and all that. But, you know, we're a repower center, and we really do well with, you know, just getting boats in and out with new motors. And that's what we're really good at. So, you know, the Solar and these rubber stuff, you know, and little brands like that, we're definitely looked at and have brought more on just to fill a void, you know, get some tunnels and some stuff that we can make a package deal. And it's been working, you know, and you know, like I said, we just don't have a ton of space, but we are working on some other stuff that, you know, coming up here pretty soon that'll be big moves for us, I think, as well. So,
like, services offered by Anchorage Yamaha on the marine side is like a Yamaha outboard, or a Suzuki outboard.
Well,
Yamaha.
Believe it or not, we do work on Yamaha as well.
Yamaha, Tohatsu. So you service them.
Yep.
Sell outboards, install them even?
Yep. We install, do warranty work, even on Yamaha. We just don't sell Yamaha outboards, but we sell Suzuki and Tohatsu.
And that's like a contractual agreement between what's going on with the market? Is that how that works? Again, is that a hard question?
Not to get too deep, but you know, Yamaha and their loyalties to the other companies in town and stuff like that. But I
kind of always figured that was what it was.
I don't think it's always going to be that way. You know, if I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Yeah.
But
just say Yamaha on the sign.
Right now.
Right.
That's the way it is. But we still do. We have enough work to keep us busy. You know, I'm not missing anything. You know, we do get a lot of calls every day.
There's not enough marine mechanics in Alaska.
Dude, that's one thing. That,
you can't.
Man. I'll tell, you know, go to school. I'll pay for it. You know, come back, work for me for 5 years, you know, whatever it is. But it's hard to find the guy that wants to do that. It's hard, man. I mean, it's a unique lifestyle. It's a unique person, individual.
It's hard work.
Yeah, you know, you can find other mechanics.
Hard shit to work on.
It's just different, you know. It's actually not that bad. I mean, it sits right in front of you. You can put it on a stand. You can take the lower unit off. You can take the power head off. You can do it like
if you're gonna be an engine mechanic, like that's a good route to go. Dude.
But you can get paid.
There's great schools for it too, man.
There's schools.
There's like
they're
UTI
actually,
for boats and all that.
And Yamaha and some other companies, they're actually stepping up and doing some Prince William Sound, you know, schooling and people that want to be here locally. They're actually stepping up and making a school and putting some money into the business, you know, because it benefits them in the long run.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to have a future of guys that know this stuff and want to work on it.
I mean, we're surrounded by water. Everything's water.
Yeah,
rivers, you know, ocean. You know, everybody's. I grew up on the river. You know, every weekend going out in the river. You know, and then it you know, as years go by, I find myself in the ocean more and more and more, and you know, there is a big calling for that. You know, there's not enough good mechanics. There's mechanics, but that's not the same thing as a good mechanic. You know?
There's a part changer, and then there's an actual diagnostic mechanic.
And we did take a hit this year. I'm not gonna lie. You know, George retired. He's been with us for 22 or 23 years, a long time. And everybody knows George.
Was he the grumpy guy with a mustache?
You nailed it. But see, that's the thing. He's grumpy. He looks like he's angry at the world. He's the biggest teddy bear you will ever meet.
I mean, I just always thought, I was like, he's just like the only dude in here, and he's overwhelmed, but he knows his shit.
6'5", angry old man that's just grumpy as hell will give you the shirt off his back. Fix anything. You know, people call in from the middle of nowhere, and he can tell you how to work a way around to get.
He'll probably give you 47 minutes on the phone how to like get that thing apart. I bet. Yeah,
but you know,
those guys don't exist anymore.
that's a huge loss. But truth be told, he's still in there wrenching every day and helping us out and keeping us moving and doing what he can. That I think he wanted to retire, but found out that's kind of boring. So his toolbox is still there. He's still coming in.
Okay. He's like,
not that I'm advertising that, but
right. Okay.
But he's there to help. I mean, he's a lifer. He loves it, and he's loyal to us, and we're pretty loyal to him back. He's a good dude, man. So.
Yeah, those guys are priceless.
Guys like that are hard to find, man. They just don't.
Well, they're not making them anymore.
They don't,
because these kids are being told that that's not like. I mean, even when I was in high school, like you were kind of like it was pushed that like if you didn't go to college, you weren't going to be anything.
Well, and now
that's not a thing in this state. Not in this state, especially in this state.
I tell my kid, I went to school, I went to college, I did all that.
Yeah, you had the experience.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. I'm telling my kids, my two boys, like, go to trade school, get a trade. Like, we need more people that can weld, electricians,
fix shit,
mechanics,
build shit.
Yeah, like, you've got every opportunity. I want to show you everything I know, and you decide. And if you want to go a different route, so be it, man. But you don't need to go to college to make an education. I guarantee you can not go to college and make more than most. I know some people that went to school with me that aren't doing as well as a lot of us that that didn't
they didn't
go
figure
to
it
school,
out.
And so is it a good tool? Yeah, college is there for sure, but I don't think it's a
if you know exactly what you want to do, college is great.
Yep, I agree, 100%.
100% great.
But there's ways to make a living.
But there's a lot of debt that comes when it's over. Usually, unless your parents were awesome and saved for you and hooked you up, and you come from that. But if you don't, it's a big push. You see it. I mean, I see it on. Just even social media, you have a lot of these guys that are like, you want to be rich, like, you can go to school to be a doctor, come out with $300,000 in debt, or you can go be an electrician, and in 18 months you're gonna be making $40 an hour, have a pension, and you're gonna kill it, and you're not gonna have any debt.
Yeah, no, I think for me, basketball was my way to go to school, and
right.
With I only went to school because basketball was paying for it and could lead me to something else further down the road. You
would have been forklifting Yamahas way earlier.
Way before that, for sure. It would have been a trade school or something,
sure.
something else, for my future. But, that's why I tell my kids all the time, like, hey, you don't have to be that. But don't think that TikTok or Instagram, like, don't get it twisted. That is not your future. If you make it big, so be it. That's great. But don't plan on being the next TikTok. And I think a lot of these kids these days,
man, 8 out of 10 of them,
man, they all think they're
going
to make it big.
It's not being explained to them that like the TikToker who's making millions is the equivalent of the NBA player, the NFL player, the NHL player that you probably aren't going to be.
Yeah. Well, and like, I think even for going to college and stuff like that, if you want to go be a D1 or a D2 or whatever, full ride scholarship athlete, it's like less than 1% or 1% of the total people. Like the chances are tiny.
Yeah.
And it's less than that to be the next TikTok star or, what have you. I don't know all the facts on that, but probably not going to happen, bro. Yeah. Let's go get a trade. Let's have something to fall back on. Let's get something that you're going to be valuable with. And that's I tell my boys all the time, man. Let's get you schooled up on something, man.
Yeah. Well, you could even do the trade until you figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, you can start that right away at 17, right 18.
Away. You have a trade and you make it with TikTok somewhere or whatever, any social platform that's out there right now. Right on, man. Even better.
Well,
but have a skill set.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing to educate kids on today is that you can always fall back on the trade.
Yeah.
Okay? You can learn how to be a carpenter.
Well, when you're going to
do other stuff and still go back and build houses for $50 an hour. You can always fall back on your trade.
And school's not year round.
Right.
Yeah. And trades fall perfectly into summer jobs in Alaska.
A lot of times.
So you might as well.
And do whatever you do the best at it. Work harder than the next guy. Be the whatever you do. I don't care if
And chicks don't like a guy that can't fix shit. Just saying.
Typically not.
Just saying.
Typically not. You got to be able to fix something.
You got to at least be able to change the tire.
I mean, I can't change the top end on my Grizzly, but I can screw that light bulb in over there. I got that.
There's always a line. But
Hey, I got you, and I'll let her know you did it.
Just put a little grease under my fingernails. Got her running like a top.
Got her, honey.
I already fixed it. I'm just going to take it to wash it real quick.
Clean the grease off.
Oh,
Man, there was a real long line. You wouldn't have believed it. It took a whole day.
What have you seen as far as advancements in like backcountry safety and things like that? It seems to be a pretty big topic, which it should be, because there's so many more people getting out, whether you're snowboarding or snow machining or ATV or even on a boat.
Oh, it's everything with InReach and and beacons and not only that, but everybody jumping on board to offer. I think even Plug from Mining and Diving and some of these other guys that they're doing schools and training courses, and a lot of these manufacturers are getting people on new equipment to get them out and getting the education, getting the information before you go, the technology in the transceivers, all the different beacons and whatnot. Like it's just like anything, the technology world is just multiplying.
So fast,
crazy fast, and we're all winning. If you go out there and don't have the knowledge or the technology, that's on you, because it's everywhere. It's flooding, and a lot of companies are jumping on board and making sure that people have the technology at a reasonable cost. They're getting the education and or at least the advice to go get the education and the information to go out there and ride safely, recreate safely, whatever it is you're doing, and people like Wendy Wagner and Graham Predator, they're doing such a phenomenal job at
they're killing it.
Yeah, killing it, man, and good people, man. I mean, Graham came in the other day, Wendy came in the other day, talking with them, and they're just their energy is it's infectious for spreading the word and getting us to do something, and they're coming to us to get us out there and do more with them and spread the word for not only our product but their education and stuff like that, man. It's good to see that we can all come together and make sure that everybody's I don't care what color you're riding, what brand you got, who cares, as long as we're all out there having we're all having a good time. I mean, I don't care what brand you got. As long as we're doing it and having fun and everybody's looking after each other, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Well, it's like cool to be safe now.
It's a thing, man.
And they're even having like classes at a brewery and things like that, where it's like, okay, you don't have to just sit in some classroom somewhere, and
they're bringing it to us. The user isn't having to go find it. And hats off to, like I said, to Graham and Wendy and all that, the whole staff of doing a good job of getting daily videos and putting it out there where it's enjoyable for us to go see it. They're having seminars in our buildings, bringing people in, our customers, and getting the information, the technology, super accessible, easy to see, learn, every, daily reports,
the reports are crazy,
man. And videos to go with it. If you don't want to read, watch the video, man.
Right on your
most
phone.
people don't have patience to read, so they're listen or watch a video.
They're out there digging holes on the daily, putting in the work, and hats off to them, man, because that's not easy, man. To get up and, it's crappy out, it's windy, it's blown, and they're going out there and digging holes and putting themselves in harm's way. Hats off to them, man, because I don't want to go do that.
Yeah. Oh, shit, man. Just so you can wake up and open the phone and be like, oh, okay, no, today's not the day.
I'm not going.
Yeah. Oh, pass.
So it has been a cool movement in just the last few years that, man, they're crushing it and happy to be a part of it. We're doing stuff in the spring with them. Some of the guys are doing some preseason stuff with them. And it's just exploded, and to see the acceptance of the community and coming out and the support that they're doing, doing their beacon classes and, going out and searching in parking lots and stuff like that. Like, that's huge, because let's be real. Most guys aren't going to go do it before they go ride, and at least they're
probably a scary high percentage of most people don't.
Oh, I don't know
what it is.
Hey,
just
man, guilty. I know I don't go do it probably enough, now that kids and stuff like that, we're actually, next, we're going to go bury some in the parking lot and just, hey, boys, go find them, go use your stuff before we go out, before you even hit the snow this year. That's what we're doing, and just to get in the habit of it, man. So
it's a thing that I used to give Nick quite a bit of grief about it, and not specifically Nick, just you're running a dealership.
Yeah,
and I always felt like it's starting to fall on the brand because, I'm like, well, you've been riding sleds longer than me, but I've been riding them long enough to know that, like, to get into Squirrel Flats,
we don't use that word.
You used upper huff. You used to have to. It used to take a lot of skill and a day of dedication with a group to punch a line in, and now sled technology has jumped. Like sled technology is like electronics, man. It's ridiculous how fast it jumps. Yep. And now, if you have a good credit score, you can get there. Yep. No problem.
You're right.
And and there was a little gap in here. Since Chugiak National Forest Avalanche, they need a new name, man.
It's long-winded.
God damn. It's long to even just say the initials.
CMAHASRNZ. What was that?
MNOP QRS.
So
Z.
I mean, they started, and since they became like a 7-day-a-week forecast thing, there was a gap where you had a lot of people out there that really had no business being out there because they didn't transition from like backcountry skiers who hiked stuff and understood snow conditions a little more, because you can't recognize snow conditions when you're on a sled, really.
Nah, man,
like you have to stop, get off it. When you're hiking in it, you can, you're going to get woofing and you see cracks and all that. And so there was a period where I used to give a lot of crap to Nick. He took it and they've done, like, I mean, now, like you said, all you guys are hosting classes and
we're all on board.
That's huge.
It's on the forefront now
because people are showing up and packing those classrooms.
Yeah,
they're just classrooms, and you probably, if this is something you're gonna pursue, you probably should get an Avi one, or at least get out there on one of the even workshop days in the past.
And even when people buy sleds from us, and I don't know what everybody else is doing, but you get a deal on all Avi equipment, just because these sleds, let's be real, they're better than most people riding them.
Oh,
they are now.
The technology, these boosts, and 9Rs.
I'm not terrible, and they're way better than me.
Yeah, they can take people where they shouldn't be because they don't have the experience. Just a lot of time on the seat and trying to get these places, and they are popping in places that are. 10 years ago, it was me and a couple buddies and a group of other guys that I could tell you who's going to be in where, and now. Everybody there, because these sleds will get you there the first shot. Yeah, where we were building these crazy turbos and mod sleds and all this stuff, and it was a big group of us, and we were all getting in there. But I could tell you each and every person, and then the rest of the people couldn't get there, so you didn't have to worry about it. Yeah, but, that group had a little bit of avalanche training. We had the gear. It's expensive, man. Some of these gear, these bags and stuff, $1,000, $1,200, $1,400.
I figure you'd be after all said and done, after a buy a sled, gear, and Avi equipment, you're $2,000 minimum after the purchase.
More than that, yeah.
I mean, it's been a while since I bought any.
And Avi bags, you're pretty much $800 to $1,000.
Oh, they're that much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Transceivers $300. Shovel probe.
Couple hundred, a standard jacket or you get a onesie, they're $1,000, $1,200, $1,600 for the
been
premium.
Out of the game for a while. I'm not surprised. You're right. So it's $3,500.
You're rolling around with a couple grand. And a pair of boots is $300-$400 now.
Right.
Just boots. A helmet's $500 for a climb. F5.
Sure.
You don't want to bang over.
No, and if you're gonna put yourself in those elements, you gotta get the good shit.
It's an investment, and if you're gonna do it right. Spend the money once. Yeah,
we've all been out in wet, shitty gear. That sucks.
It's brutal, man. I don't care what you're doing.
Brutal.
Well, you're wet no matter what, snow machining, because you're sweating your ass off.
That's what I mean. Either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's good that I just like that the responsibility is coming back to it, and people are realizing that they need to take these classes. I mean, there was a couple moments just a few years ago where I seen dudes turning in parking lot and they got like an Avi bag, no transceiver.
Yeah. So what good's it do?
I'm just like, I know exactly who you are. Yeah. You only give a shit about you. What do you mean, dude? I'm like, well, you gonna grab your buddy and then pull the bag. Like that bag. What happens if you're the guy not buried?
So I carry a couple extra.
Yeah, I have
beacons because I don't care if you don't like your life. I want you to find me if I get stuck. So here, wear this. I need you to know how to use this, and you're gonna wear it whether you like it or not.
And it's good learning for any newer writer too to say, hey, this is how we roll.
And that's exactly it. You need a shovel, a probe, a bag, a beacon. That's the. I don't care if you don't have your lunch. I don't care if you don't have water.
Is it pretty much a standard now? A guy wears an Avi bag, almost.
In the places we go,
transceiver is definitely standard.
The pole and the transceiver felt like a standard, but is the Avi, because Avi bag used to be kind of like you'd randomly that dude's wearing an Avi bag.
If you're riding mountains or you're a lot of turning in
Johnson's or whatever, you got to be wearing
snowboarding
bags
too.
And again, back to the technology thing is like these bags are getting now they're fans and batteries. They're not cylinders and refillables and stuff like that. They're getting lighter and smaller, and you can pull it 4 or 5 times a day. And
wow, really?
Oh yeah. And so the technology again has pushed it where they're lighter. They're not these giant things on your back where you don't like wearing them. It's really not that bad. You don't have an excuse anymore. You can't say,
well, you can travel with it.
Yeah, you can travel.
That used to be a big issue.
Yeah,
canisters.
And so that has really progressed the whole charge and getting everybody out on one. I think if the price gets down there a little bit, as we further technology, I think the prices will come down and it'll be more accessible for even more people. But I think all the dealers are pushing real hard to get everybody on the right gear, and we all carry it. There's no reason if you don't have it, it's because you didn't take the opportunity to buy it.
Yeah.
Because I think I can't speak for all dealers, but I think we all have enough.
Make it available
to get you covered. Are willing to give you a deal, make sure everybody's safe, and get everybody on the same page, and get you signed up with CFNAIC, BOT, GOZ, TPY. So we're all doing what we can, man. It's on you if you don't.
It's
absolutely.
It's been it's come a long way from the, snowboard boots, North Face pants, Columbia jacket, and then, whatever backpack, JanSport with some sodas and. An extra sweater and maybe a shovel dangling off of
maybe.
Maybe.
That was the build jumps.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That or just dig out. It wasn't like when I think about we're like those late 2000s, late 99s, early 2000s time. I had a 700 Mountain Max. I loved 141. It's my first legit mountain sled that got me to places that I'd never been before, and. Man, none of us had packs. None of us had.
Well, you weren't really. Those sleds weren't as capable of putting you in super hazardous terrain either.
It took a week to get over the front side of Turnagain some days. Those sleds just didn't do it.
It was a lot of work. There were days where you're just like, oh, not going to make it up over.
No, now you can be in.
Yeah, you can just get up over.
Turbo, and
sure.
Day one, you're up and over.
That's a great point. Great point, because that was like some old iron, 700-pound snow machines.
Yeah,
and shit.
You were small paddles.
But still, I remember riding, back bulls and Turnagain.
You're still out doing it, for sure.
Yeah, Johnson's and, the squirrel you talked about earlier, and some of that shit was you could feel this, you feel real small and you felt real exposed and vulnerable, oh shit, this is what you see in the avalanche videos. Yeah. Is where I'm at right now. But we didn't have anything.
The numbers weren't there though. You have so many people doing it. Now you look at Turnagain, man, it's a traffic jam with skiers and snowboarders and kiteboarders, and you get these people up there on sleds that are 165-inch tracks and they've never ridden before, but they want to go to the backside to go skate or ski,
snowboard,
and whatever they're doing.
They all used to be on the other side.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden it's a mixture.
And they got tired.
Yeah,
because it's non-motorized, motorized.
It's a great point. Man, the traffic has. Man, I don't even know a number, but quadrupled with the amount of people that are using the motorized sport or side to do.
The demographic kind of changed.
To do the non-motorized thing.
It's not just sled heads over here and mountain folks over here. You got a conglomerate.
Well, it was.
that was starting back then, though.
It started,
there was some
but now
it's
sleds.
It's the standard.
It was I earned my turns.
Yeah,
bro. It was that.
Yeah.
It was kind of the. hippie crowd, if you want to put a label on it. And then now they're all over here. And the only people on the non-motorized are either absolute purists or they don't have a good enough credit score to get that sled.
Right. It is probably one or the other.
You can get 20 runs a day versus going and hiking.
Yeah, why wouldn't you
1, 2?
do
I
that?
don't know. I haven't hiked it.
Yeah.
Because people used to give me crap all the time. Like, you're sledding now. You don't even snowboard anymore. I'm like, I snowboard more, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I earn my returns. I'm like, yeah, me too. I paid $400 a month. I earned that shit. And I'm doing 10 runs, dog. Yeah. So enjoy that. Enjoy that one run with your smoked legs.
Yeah.
Well, and I have another one, and maybe somebody's already doing it, but we talk about education, riding, like the process out in the field. What about trailering, loading, unloading? I mean, how many times has a guy seen someone launch their sled into the back window of their F-250?
Come on, man. Don't ruin TikTok for us.
Man.
You can go watch.
I mean, you know, there's
how to use a strap.
Kids, women, and kids that get hurt in this doing this shit.
That's called the parking lot rodeo.
Well, and what I'm saying is that a lot of people don't realize actually how difficult it is to like back up a trailer, to properly load a snow machine and unload a snow machine. There's a lot of rides that end before they even start because dude fucked his shit up in the street on the way, you know. Came by homie's house to pick him up. I just got this new boost, man, off the side of the
can't tell you
trailer,
how many,
and the handlebars are smoked. Like,
how many back windows have exploded in my parking lot?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
I'm bad. They go ripping, getting their sled.
Well,
and
they're waiting for it to come off
window.
the Matson boat to the truck to your facility. They're waiting out front, waiting for you to build it.
Let
me get that in the back window of my truck right now.
Dude, it is hilarious. We let people, we're like, hey, man, this is yours. You can load it. Because if we do it, you know, then we're buying a window. But you load it and it's on you, man.
Back up to the ramp.
Yeah, you got it.
I used to have a rule because I was always wound up driving, and I had a rule just on my two-place trailer in the early days. My rule was you load your own sled.
Yep.
So that way, if I forget to strap it down or something and it comes off down the highway or whatever, you fill up your own sled because I'm not responsible for putting your gas cap on because I've seen that one.
Oh, shit.
And then when I got a sled deck, I was like, nope, I'll load your shit.
I did.
Don't check out my truck.
I will load. I will now load all sleds. There's only 2 people that were allowed to load their own: Seth Wells and Russ. That was it. Everyone else, like, nope, I'll load it.
Gotcha. That's tricky though, man. You get some trucks are tall, and we sell sled decks, and
I had
watching people.
So
it's high up,
man.
It's high up. I mean, I guess what I on a serious note, I was talking about training and awareness of like just being cognizant of loading your snow machine on a sled deck on a 4-inch lifted F-250, which a lot of bros are set up with that exact thing.
What I have.
Monster sticker and a fucking 9-inch pipe sticking out of the back corner.
I didn't have that, but
sorry, man, that's bad. But you're like standing around and walking around. You do
100%.
your strap on the front of your skis. You still gotta like crawl down and off the fucking thing. Like I feel like it would be really beneficial to hold a class for standard 2-place or 4-place snow machine, pulling the ramps out, loading them up, where to clamp them, where to position them properly on the trailer, because you're not only endangering yourself and property and things of that nature. You're also running down a highway at 65 miles an hour in the middle of winter when it's dark most of the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're behind a guy on with a trailer, I sure as hell hope the asshole's got his shit strapped down right so it doesn't fly off on my car. Yeah. So I think there's just a bigger...
Yeah, but then you just keep moving that goalpost and then it never stops, right?
Well, and I think a lot of us dealers, again, I can't speak for everybody, but we try to go through the delivery process and like, hey, this is how your machine operates. Okay, let's get you loaded. This is how you strap down your cover. This is we try to help. And don't get me wrong, some days we get busy and you kind of.
Oh sure, it's another one out the door. Get that other one built.
You got 4 more people waiting. You're like next. You do what you can, but a lot of times customers if they have questions, we're going to do everything we can.
And that was more of a speak to the industry and not necessarily like you or your shop individually. I meant like, you know, we got guys that specialize in avalanches on this stuff. It wouldn't hurt to like, hey man, if you get 20 guys to come to this class, a couple of them are going to be like, yeah man, I fucking know how to do that shit.
Yeah, your customers got to speak up.
I could really actually learn that. Or more women are buying sleds today.
No, a lot.
Right?
And a lot of boarding and skiing women are actually getting into the sport, and
they need
man, it's awesome. And they don't know. And I think, and we recognize that, and we try to give them a little extra. You know, some people, you know, a lot of guys, you know, they want to, you know,
dudes aren't going to say anything.
Yeah, they don't want to say anything.
No dude is going to tell you.
They want to be cool, man, and you can tell right away. Every time you can tell when they're trying to strap it down or look where they're going to put it, and you're like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing.
He just throws it over the seat.
Yeah, that guy.
Straps.
You know, you're like, hold on. Let me help you out, man. This is
the same dude that has his wife get out and guide him in when he's parallel parking downtown, and you're at F Street going, hey, man, you can't do that, dude. There's dude code.
But
don't ever have her help you back up a 4th-place trailer into the driveway either.
Never.
I got
this. No way.
Even if I have to move it 15 times because I didn't catch the right angle, I just don't need you back there.
No.
More to the left.
That's a fight waiting to happen.
The other left.
Your other left. And you can't even see her because she's in the middle. You're just like,
and she's only watching the bumper, so she's backs you up till you hit the eve.
Oh, for sure, man.
It goes both ways, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, but that's one thing. People got to identify that. I mean, I have a super funny story about Yamaha shop. I worked with this kid. I met him actually in Arizona when I lived there, and he wound up moving to Alaska. I ran into him snowboarding in Alaska, so I wound up getting him a job doing concrete with us. And then he wanted a motorcycle really bad, never ridden one. And I was just like, all right, man, just buy like, you know, I don't know, a little dual purpose bike or something and learn. What does he do? R6.
Of course.
Calls me from the Yamaha
goes
shop.
140.
Calls me from the Yamaha shop, and he's like, hey, man, you think you can come to the Yamaha shop? And I was like, oh, did you get a bike? We'll load it up. And he's like, well, I bought an R6, but I don't want them to know that I don't know how to ride it, so I need you to ride it out of here.
I can't tell you how many people do
that. or he loads it in the back of his truck. Yeah, I'm going to take this home.
I was like,
could you guys load it for me and strap it down, maybe?
Hold on, my homie. I don't have a helmet. I don't have a helmet, so my homie's going to come get it for me. I'm like, we got helmets, bro.
Don't you need to buy a helmet?
No, he's going to ride it for
one
me.
here.
Oh, man, it's hilarious.
Oh, I bet it happens all the time. But I was like dying laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you going to tell him? Like, you got a present for me? Like, what are we going to say? He's like, no, man, I'm just going to, like, when they're not looking, and to meet you around the corner a little bit, I'll push it.
Damn, that's...
He actually, I still talk to him. He lives back in Arizona now, and he's actually really good on a bike. He, like, YouTube videos. Man, he's popping wheelies in, like, first summer.
Got to get that first one under your belt, man.
But it was hilarious. He was like, I really need you to ride this home for me.
It's like boating and trailering and all that stuff. Like, I feel like there's almost got to be like certs that need to be had before.
And Chad touched on it, man.
You should ride a motorcycle before you buy it.
Just because you have a credit score, there's a lot of people with boats, man.
You can buy a $200,000 boat and then go banging into everything in Whittier.
Go to Whittier. Just spend an hour. And dudes yelling at their wives and stuff, and like having them back it down. They're all crooked. Like, get out your boat, man. Go back the trailer down, man. Quit yelling. Get out the way. You know, it's hilarious to sit there and watch it. And you know, it's
so brutal, man.
It's so bad.
There's nothing funnier and dumber in the world than a dude with I mean, they go hand in hand usually. If you got a ton of money, you got a ton of pride. And so you just, no one ever asks for help. So it's just like, I'm going to buy the baddest thing I can with my money.
Yeah.
Even though I've never done it. And it's just like.
They should have like a practice.
Just because you can buy it doesn't mean you should own it, man. And don't get me wrong, I'm in the business of, you know, selling whatever we can to whoever. If you want it, you got it, man. And I'm not gonna tell you no, but
you're in the business of fixing it too.
There you go.
Repeat customers.
See you next week.
You gotta look at it from both sides. That's for sure.
But you know, we always try to help them out. But for sure, you see some people getting over their head, and you try to offer, and you know, some people take you up on it, and some people don't, man. You know, and we do our best to to try to help out. But yeah, that credit score, man, it'll get some people in trouble.
Well, you want to take a break so we can check our credit scores?
Yeah, let's take a break real quick.
Don't check mine.
I haven't looked at mine in a while.
Big Ray's, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Ray's has the gear you need tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. At Big Ray's, you'll find brands like Carhartt, Grundens, Darn Tough, FXD, Okiwear, and more. Big Ray's is your one-stop shop for both outdoor gear and rugged work attire. Check out their new exclusive line of durable but affordable waders, inspired by and named after the majestic Aralik River in remote western Alaska. The Aralik wader was designed by Alaskans and proven for the diverse waters of the last frontier. Visit Big Ray's at any of their 5 locations statewide, 2 in Anchorage, 2 in Fairbanks, 1 in Kodiak, or check them out online at bigrays.com.
Tailored Restoration, helping Alaskans turn disasters into new beginnings since 1972. Their 24-hour services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, and repairs. Tailored built its reputation with years of committed and reliable service to the community with innovative restoration and home remodeling. When you have an unexpected home issue at the most improbable time, Tailored has an emergency response number with trained professionals available to help you anytime, day or night. Tailored Restoration has locations to serve you in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Give them a call at 907-344-1239 or make an appointment today at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlander products. If you want to customize your vehicle, talk to the team at Total Truck, where you'll find their expertise along with top brands such as ARE, RSI Smart Caps, Goose Gear, iCamper, Frontrunner, Rigid Lights, Rhino Lining bed liners, and everything you need to outfit your truck or SUV. Want to turn your truck into a sleeping option? They have rooftop tents, custom camping equipment, electronics, and solar energy packages to keep you powered up deep in the backcountry. Stop by their store location on Dowling between the New and Old Seward Highway, or check them out at TotalTruckAK.com.
Right for you, man.
That would have been the best story on here right there. Can't talk about the custies like that.
No.
That was a good one.
Yeah, man.
He went home and got it did. So
and it kind of seems funny, like buying a truck and a sled almost go hand in hand, or vice versa.
Well, like you said, that FT 54-inch lift.
Yeah.
If you're gonna live in Alaska and you don't I don't know how people can live here and not do any outdoor stuff. Like that's the weirdest.
That's crazy.
It's the weirdest thing to me because I'm like, why?
So weird story.
Maybe bowling.
So my sister met this dude, years ago, and he was a firefighter, and came up here from South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, living the life, and loved
firefighters love outdoor Alaska. Usually.
Yeah. He got up here, and I don't think he liked it. And I love this dude, man. He's the best thing ever happened to my sister. Like all the other ones are losers, and I get 2 shits about him, but this dude's legit. And he's like, "No, we're getting out of here. We're going back to South Carolina." I'm like, "Oh man, like you can send her off, but you can stay, man." Anyway, they go back, and she gets her education and whatnot. And they, he finally comes back. He moves back here, but he hated Alaska. Didn't want to go outside. Didn't do anything in the winter. Like just didn't.
But if he would have done that stuff,
so he comes back now. Now he's hunting. He's he's trying. He's actually he's killing it, man. He's flying out and doing fly out hunts, and
now he's like, I would never leave here.
He's crushing it.
Well, that's what this place is built for.
It's good to see. I think he switched his mindset, and the dude's just awesome, man. So and he's embraced it, and now he's got bears and moose and all this stuff on his walls and just crushing it.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool
seeing that. I love seeing people embrace this place because there's plenty of it.
Yeah.
There's enough for everybody.
It's the best place, man. It's like,
yeah. If you don't, like I said, that's why I stayed here in college. Is like it has so much to offer. I'm not going to stay here till the day I die. I don't know about that, but I like some warm weather. But in the meantime, man, it offers.
Yes. Says a lot for a guy who could have went outside
Anywhere.
to a lot of different places. Like that, you don't hear a kid say that very often.
I could have picked pretty much any D1, on anyone. But, I had tons of opportunities to get the heck out of here.
Crazy, man.
And it's just, this is what I do. This is who I am, and
Passion.
Until I can't, this is what I'm going to do,
Totally.
We're about to test your trivia.
Oh, shit.
You ready for this?
Trivia time.
What kind of trivia we
Jack
talking
come up
about,
with
man?
some good ones?
Yeah, what do we
He
got?
did. And speaking of Jack, before we get on the trivia, he wanted me to shout out the local greens. If you're looking to get local salad stuff, local greens is at Double Shovel. You signed up over there, Mayor?
Oh, I need to.
Oh, you need to. Yeah, you need to. 5 bags. Okay, you can sign up for 2 bags a week, 5 bags a week. I mean, fresh.
You can go buy a bag a day every day.
Yep.
How big is a bag? Like a pound?
4 ounces, how you said?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like that. I don't know. I'd say you get like 4 salads out of it.
Oh.
Out of 1 bag.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we get
4 dinner salads.
two bags a week, and they got all different kinds. They got kale, they got the spicy greens and all that stuff, and it's pretty cheap, and they're growing it all right here.
Where's that at?
It is at Double Shovel. It's local greens. They have like an indoor
Connex, right?
Connex farm.
Right
Yeah, man, it's really
Grow
legit.
fresh lettuce and kale and.
Yeah.
To look into that.
I mean, you can go there every single day if you wanted to and get a fresh bag.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they switch it up to have bok choy and kale and different
The
kind of greens.
subscriptions are cheap, so
Yep.
they're worth it. But
Yep.
The
Local
mayor's
greens,
down
check
with
it
it.
out.
I got to get down with it.
No, it's good. I'm gonna go home and
he's
have
down
some.
with food in general. The man has a hamburger. Whoa! I correct myself. Cheeseburger tattooed on his arm.
All right.
I don't know
I
if
thought
you
you
know
were
him
about
that
to say
well.
he had a subscription for cheeseburgers. I was like,
Oh, they haven't
sign
come
me
out.
up for that.
Well,
They haven't come up with that one yet.
there it is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Here we go.
When and where was Yamaha started?
Yamaha Motor Corp.
Just Yamaha.
Just
Started-
Yamaha.
It was started in Okinawa, Japan.
Okay, what year? What date?
Wasn't it outboard motor? Or was it a motorcycle?
I think it was electronics.
Well, because there's 2 different brands.
Okay, all
It
right.
started in 1867.
Okay, good guess.
I was gonna say it was early
Probably even
19s,
older.
early 16. I know they had some early years. I've been to the museum
Okay.
in Hamamatsu. I should know this.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that's got to be cool.
I'm
Oh,
going
man,
to say
next
in
level.
Hamamatsu. And
Did you already know that, or
1901.
did he just turn
he
you on
just
to it?
said that.
Okay. Thank you for being
1901.
honest. 1901. All right.
But it's exactly what I was thinking.
1907. Man, I
The
think
winner gets some greens, I heard, too. Free subscription.
I'm saying, did I say 1901?
You said 1901.
I said 07.
All right, Drew?
07.
1907?
Same
yeah.
town.
All right. July 1st, 1955.
Oh shit.
What?
Okay.
Iwata Shizuoka
Huh?
was the place.
That's not what Drew said.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not saying that.
Man,
he
I thought
owns a
there was
Yamaha
outboards way
shop,
before that.
so
Well,
because the Yamaha.
He's like, I thought-
music.
So truth be
equipment-
told, there's their musical instruments is a totally different division, totally different sign, symbol, all that stuff is completely different.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then their outboard division, their motorcycle division, they separate their automotive and all that stuff up quite a bit actually. And so I know there's some different history and timelines
1955 sounds like
there.
electronics.
That's pretty fresh.
yeah.
where did they-
well, that
where did
might
they
be like
start?
the motors and all that stuff.
Did
Yeah,
they start
yeah,
with
yeah.
like a motorcycle motor, maybe?
Man, it was either like an outboard or a motorcycle. I remember the bike. I can see it in my head. I can't think of the name, but it's very spindly. It's tiny, because it was a Japanese thing. They have much smaller everything.
Yeah.
was the place you
little
said?
guys.
Hamamatsu.
Hamamatsu. Yeah, no, that's not what he said.
Okay.
What? I don't know.
Yeah.
This
was a little
next
early.
one should be a little easier for some of you guys. What is the meaning of Polaris? The word.
Isn't it the North Star?
Good
That's
guess.
kind of what I was thinking, like a constellation. It's a constellation. That's what I'm gonna say.
Man. Now I just feel stupid.
You got it on your shirt.
Got a star in the middle of the O part.
Man, I should know this. I have no clue.
Chad was correct. North Star.
Okay.
Yep. The pole star of North Star, a star of the second magnitude, situated close to the North Pole of the heavens in the constellation of Ursa Minor.
Damn. So
The outermost star in the handle of the Little Dipper.
Oh, really?
All right.
There you go.
That little baby star is...
That's Polaris.
It's a freaking
We ain't
Chaos
about
Turbo.
no
Just
Little Dipper. We're the Big Dipper.
That's right.
All
look
right.
at that star and just think brapping. That's all I'm going to do.
Head for it.
Question number 3. What's the biggest snow machine ever made,
Oh,
and who rides it?
Engine size.
Engine size or
No. Size.
Oh, like length.
Physical
size.
size?
Physical size.
what's that giant blue twin track thing out of Sweden? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the thing's massive.
Shaq rides it.
Okay, there you go. Good guess.
He
Good
probably
guess.
pow turns it. Gets on its
Dude,
side.
I have no idea.
Man.
I wouldn't even know what brand. Is it one of the big brands?
That's the other thing.
It's like a hint?
There's been so many brands of sleds in the world. I mean, there was like 18 at one time, I think. You know, back in the day, there was a ton.
Gus, you got Shaq and the what?
Shaq on a 174 something.
Okay.
The Russian thingy.
It's the
Big blue twin track.
It's the Yamaha Cobra 194 1500 twin turbo
Proto.
Diesel.
EcoBoost. I just threw it all out there.
Okay. No.
Damn, that's so close.
Did you have a
You
guess?
said the Russian thing.
That Russian thing.
Oh, the Russian
Or
thing.
Swedish thing?
The Russian
or
thing.
whatever. Yeah, that's some foreign.
A Sherper.
And the rider was Putin on his.
Okay, it's sending me so I could pull up the picture real quick
Who
here.
would know that?
Jack.
The internet, man. Come on, dude. He didn't
Google.
know this.
Come on, man.
Google knows
Okay,
everything.
as it's loading here, I'll tell you the answer. Let's see here.
Is it like some kind of snow cat or something? You gonna say like piston bully?
Man, making me
It's
feel
a
bad. I'm gonna go-
34-foot long
What?
ride, said to be the world's largest snowmobile. Supposedly, Tommy is meant to stand as a symbol of the Turtle Mountains, an area that stretches across this part of North Dakota.
What the?
North Dakota has mountains?
I think of rolling hills.
Oh man!
Come on, man. I thought we're talking like production
God
type.
That's a stupid little photo.
Jack, where you at?
Blurry. That don't count, man.
Come on.
It's so big, it's pixelated.
Yeah.
Look up that.
Okay,
Dang,
that's fair. Biggest physical.
Hey, I didn't make this up.
I thought we were talking about production type stuff.
Okay, so what did you want us to look up? The what? The Swedish what?
Yeah, look up like
You know,
The biggest sled I've ever seen was the rider was Mike Vassar, who has forearms the size of your quads,
Uh-oh.
Mike Vassar.
and
Known for bending handlebars all day,
and
every
his
day.
sled sounded like R2D2 when I rode it back in the day.
You know who used to ride the nastiest, most modded out fucking nasty sleds back in the day? You guys know
yeah, Mike
Tom,
Vassar.
Tom Reed?
This
Oh
thing.
yeah,
Oh,
Dude, his shit was fucking
yeah.
that thing right there.
here, show it to him and he'll pull it up on the
Let me see. What is it called? I'll Google it real quick.
What is that thing? Dude, look how big it is with the person on it. Yeah, go to that photo.
And there's a couple.
You got like school children in it. It's like a bus.
Snowmobile Sherpa.
Is that what it is?
Dude, that thing's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a 1.6 liter. That's what I was talking about. They actually made some, and there's one or two up here.
Oh, it's right there. It's
some
the
cabin-
Alpina Sherpa.
Yes, that's
Holy
that right there.
shit.
Yeah, see, you know what I was talking about.
yeah.
Come on,
Oh, there you go. That is practically an EcoBoost.
1.6.
1.6.
Oh, wow.
16
It's got like a little trailer.
16 valve.
See, I just learned y'all.
There you go.
Learned
That
something
thing looks
today.
fucking awesome.
Look, they just stand on the back and hold on to handlebars and stand on a
Shit,
sled.
It's got a
Alpina.
winch
Oh,
up
that's a
front.
groomer. Oh, no,
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
an
sled.
attachment. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's for like grooming
It's got a
trails.
roll bar, seats in the back, a winch on the front.
Damn, he's got
That's-
he's
Now
got
look
a
how
reg-
big this thing
He's
is,
got a
though.
registration on that Joker, dude. That
That thing's massive.
like a blinkers.
Yeah,
and
I
shit.
bet you they use that a lot for like grooming trails. That's probably why they
Or
always
just tours, obviously. You got a
dominate
little tour
cross country
thing.
skiing.
That thing looks cool.
That thing's massive.
It looks like a Yamaha.
It kind of does.
It does look like a Yamaha.
It does look like Yamaha.
So Sherpa brand makes that?
It's probably lighter though than Yamaha.
Hey.
Damn.
Hey, I will
rest in
say,
peace, man.
Hey,
Leave him alone.
Hey man.
You ever rode a VMAX?
Yeah, I have. I've rode a lot of Yamahas. I was thinking when I was sitting over there on the couch earlier, and he was talking about riding, and you were like, you were looking at him. I know you really wanted to be like, no, man, how the fuck did you ride a Mountain Max back in the day? Because I remember
I had 7.
Because I was thinking about it, and that was the first sled that I like borrowed and rode.
Yep.
And Dave Gonzalez, I rode his dad's, and
Probably a die-hard Yamaha guy?
I couldn't stand up on it because the bars were like at
They're
my knees.
so low,
dude.
yeah.
And I'm 6 foot, so I
so-
couldn't even imagine.
Dude, like 5 years ago, this guy comes in and he's got a sled and he's like, I'm just looking to get rid of it. I want you guys to go through it real quick and, let me know what's wrong with it. I just want to sell it. And I was like, hey, man, what are you looking to get for it? It's a 2001 Mount Max 700. It's got triple pipes, everything. It's a good shit.
Yeah. 141?
Yeah, 141. I'm like, what do you want for it, man? I might buy it.
Yeah.
And thinking, and I've got turbos and all this cool stuff, man. I was like, just because it's clean, it looks great.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know, $2,500.
You're like,
I'll go to the bank right now, man.
I'll be back with a check.
Yeah, tell you what, whatever it costs us to do the thing, I'll take it out. Here you go. And sold. I'm stoked. I loaded up. Me and my other homie. This is like 2015 or 16 or something like that.
Did it have Olin's on it?
Had Olin's. What Mount Max didn't, bro?
I know, man. Hell yeah.
And
it's probably my old sled. Shit.
Yamaha build stuff that it lasts forever.
Because back in the day, that was it.
It was a good sled.
Yeah, it was killer. And we head out to Petersville the next day. Like I'm Jones.
Oh, you want to ride that shit?
Oh yeah, I'm like, dude, I put a 2-inch riser on it. I'm kind of getting it a little bit better or whatever. We make it to the end of Petersville Road, and my back is killing me.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, no, it's too late, man. We're here. I'm out here. We're doing this. We're gonna go up in the
turning
hills.
around.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And we go up and we rally like half the day, and I'm like, guys, I think I'm done. They're like, what? What are you talking about? My back is wrecked. My forearm, I'm bent over. My neck hurts.
You're like, oh man.
Like I'm about to hit this little button on my injury.
This hurts,
I
man.
keep bringing the chopper.
You forget how much sleds have changed in such a small timeline. That it was brutal. And I got back to I didn't want to ride a sled for a month.
Exhausted.
Well, they were made
arms,
to sit down. They were built to sit down.
100%.
You were not
It's a
supposed
couch.
to stand
Oh,
up.
true.
Ever.
It is a couch.
You weren't supposed to stand up.
Yeah, not back then.
Now you don't sit down. Now you barely got a seat anymore.
Yeah, it's just a
that's
cushion.
true.
But I was so stoked to go ride that thing in midday.
Did it run good though?
Oh, ripped.
Oh,
the sound of the triple. You go by your buddies every time.
Just
pipes up.
pissed at
Just,
you.
That bottom end on that thing was that was a nasty sled. Did they make a 600 in that?
yeah, they had a 600
It was
triple
triple.
two.
That's right, because
They had a twin, then they made it a
that
triple.
was a serious uproar at Arctic Man.
Yeah. Because
Because
of the racing.
everyone was
The
like,
racing.
you can't. And they're like, it's stopped.
Well, in the 600
Yeah.
SRX, the triple from
Oh,
the factory
the lake
was
sled.
a ripper.
Right, that's like a short track lake sled. right?
people were like,
Yeah.
no, it's factory.
Yeah,
That thing
You
was
said
like,
I can
I
use
think out of
it's
the box
factory.
one of the fastest snow machines ever, wasn't it?
yeah, in the class.
In
for
its
sure.
class. Yeah.
Dude,
That
those
thing
things
was
were
like 107 miles an hour or something out of the box.
Yeah, it was
man.
silly. It was
Back then.
head and shoulders above whatever else was out.
Yeah.
It had nothing on the Bravo though.
Dude, Bravos are.
If I could
There's
get
some
500 of
diehard
those
Bravos.
today, I would take them.
Oh man, are they that sought after?
Dude, the villages, man, they love it.
Yeah,
some of
right.
these places like Rainy Pass Lodge, those guys have, I still think like
A fleet?
15 or 18 of
If
them.
you want to hunt, there's nothing better than a Bravo.
Yeah, I mean if it's
They
like
It's
just
cool. All
go.
these wide tracks are awesome till they're stuck.
Yep. Bravo,
then
you
they're-
jump off,
then
you
they're
pick it
nightmare.
up one hand.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just like carry
Yeah,
it like
true.
it's 6-pack.
Yeah, those things are legit.
They're
We
s-
got a guy who brought one in last year, and he's like, "What do you think I can get for it?" Had 1 mile on it.
Oh my!
2011. I was like,
You're like, I don't know,
10 grand, 10 grand, man. He's like, "What?" I'll sell that thing for 10 grand. Brand new,
probably in the first
2011.
week. I bet too. Someone will walk in and be like,
2011.
I'll take it.
They sold for $43.99, and we got him 10 grand. He's like, "What?" Yeah, dude from the village walked in. He's like, "What?"
Yeah, he thought
This thing's brand new.
He thought he was gonna get like a new helmet.
He didn't care about the price. He just wanted it because the brand new was a Bravo, and he bought it. Just done,
Yep.
I'll take
done.
it.
It's mine.
Dude, they're awesome, man.
They are awesome.
So speaking about the buying process, it seems like at least the last few years, it's been difficult to just walk into a store and be like, okay, let me choose one of these and buy it, because you can't. It's someone sold already. Is the snow check pretty much the way to go?
So,
and kind of explain it for people that have never snow checked
don't
something.
know what a snow check means.
Yeah, so snow check, you get the sled that you want, the colors, the options that you want. You're guaranteed to get that sled the next year, right?
Or a special package option.
Special package option, limited color. You get limited options. So it's getting back to normal where you can come in and just walk in and buy a sled.
Okay, you'll have some there that's just...
We have inventory now.
Okay.
Still not a ton. You don't get all the options. Snow check guarantee, I think it's, the end of February, 1st of March, you have a week to go onto the website or come into the store and order the sled you want, whether it's 154 or 155, 165, whatever track length you want, track height, color options. It basically gets you the sled. You give us $500, guarantees your sled comes in next year and the way you want it.
And you usually get a little better warranty.
They extend the warranty a little bit, give you better incentives or financing rates, stuff like that. So there's incentive to do it. Put money down ahead of time, and it comes in around
in sled.
like right now sleds. Today I think we got 20 or 30 sleds that just got off the truck. And
snow checked ones,
snow check sleds, all snow check. Yeah, so
so they'll be ready tomorrow.
You wouldn't believe how many people ask that. But it's a scramble once they hit the ground. You're building. You got 5, 6, 8 guys just going to town, knocking them out, trying to get them out the door. But it incentivizes people to put money up, ahead of time, and get them in the door later. So
that hot boy package.
Yeah,
is that what that is? The snow check. Just walk in.
So you have 1 week to do it.
Well, yeah,
about a week or so.
Traditionally, it was like a month. In the last few years, granted, supply chain delays and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah.
They've really shortened it up. But usually it's a week to 2 weeks to get your name on one and get what you want.
Is that the same with side-by-sides, ATVs, and all that? Or only sleds are high demand?
Sled Game's the last one who's really doing it.
Okay.
Side-by-sides and ATVs, motorcycles, dirt bikes, stuff like that. It's kind of... we order a bunch, and you don't order what you want, the colors you want. Selling sleds hard because everybody walks in. Well, how much that one cost? And you got to look at all the options it's got. Does it got a big screen? Does it have this? Or these shocks? Or these colors? Or the electric start? Or there's a lot to them.
Yeah.
So
not like the side by side is like this is the color this year.
Yeah, you start with this period.
Yeah.
And then you accessorize from there.
Got it.
Every sled can come in a little different.
Yeah. What are you seeing as far as technology? Like everything's going electric, everything's going crazy. Do you see something coming down the line where it's like,
man, electric's everything. Whether you like it or not, I'm a gas burning dude, man.
Yeah.
But it's coming. We just actually picked up Yamaha bicycles, e-bikes, and
I think I saw those.
They're pretty nasty.
Yeah, our boys over at Hybrid did
like a bicycle, like coastal trail or like street.
So. A little bit of everything.
Okay.
So we got some mountain bikes. You got some street bikes, some cruiser bikes, and the boys over at Hybrid Color, they did us a little deal the other day. A commercial went crazy.
Oh yeah, I saw that, man. That was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, Trav and those guys did a little
pull
little
up
skit.
Instagram real quick.
Yeah,
and everything is coming, man. Whether you like it or not, you gotta pay attention. You gotta know it's coming, and either embrace it now or get left behind. So
you can't keep griping about it.
Have you looked at
right
any
there in
of
the middle?
You have Segways.
Yeah. So we were doing Segways.
What I was going to ask.
Segway has
we
bikes?
actually switched over to Suron because we sold Segway out and they weren't.
So that's what
Segway and Suron they're the exact same bike.
Oh, are they?
Yep. So we switched over to Surons. We got a bunch of those, and then we ended up picking up the Yamaha e-bike, which is a pedal assist, And so,
Oh, okay.
not a full on like the Surons, just a twist the grip and go.
Okay.
Where these
really?
are,
They rip.
Oh, they're
This is like street, like right on the street, or this is like off road,
so
or whatever.
Man, there's no rules yet.
I think you
That
can ride a
thing?
bike path, or
You could just click on. I don't know what he's under, but it's kind of my nephew.
Dude, they mob those things.
He's like sending it.
Yeah. Dude, people take them to the dirt bike track, and they're launching off Mach. You know, the big.
But there's a new company that's building a straight up motocross.
Yep.
Electric.
Yep.
And
it's coming,
so
man.
It's all going electric.
Yeah.
Travis Pastrana and them, the Nitro Circus guys were riding it, and like 3 of them dudes just looped it out first jump.
And crazy power. I mean, just all
instant power,
instant
too,
power.
right?
You know, super fun to ride. They're quiet. It's the crazy. You know, you're used to bikes. You know, rev it up, and you know, you get the noise. It's crazy. One guy can ride, you know, a bike through where you live, and everybody knows it, like a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, obnoxiously.
100 people can ride through, you know, on a Suron or you know whatever. Yeah. Nobody knows it.
Making no noise.
Russian River Falls.
Ooh, is that allowed yet?
It's not allowed, but
Can't hear it.
Can't
hear it. They don't know.
Yeah.
Who's checking?
Just make your feet do this when you're going by people. Just act like you're pedaling.
And like the e-bike thing, man, it's crazy because, you know, what you used to do one loop up a hilltop or something, you're gassed. You know, it's been an hour and you're done, right? Mm-hmm. You can do 3 times that now. And so you get 3 times the fun in the same amount of time because, you know, you get all that pedal assist. And you can turn it off. You can turn it up. You can kind of dial in how much you want. And so the e-bike thing's coming a long way, man. And
it's changing so the terrain too, right?
Oh, for sure. You can,
because all the features that were on the pedal sections that were never features because you couldn't pedal fast enough to use them, they're now features.
Yep.
So you got like uphill jumps.
Yep.
You could have never hit those without an e-bike.
Right. Just so like sleds are changing and everything, you know, side by side changing, you know, the bikes are doing the same thing, man. You know, we let a bunch of guys jump on them. We were like, here, just take it for the week, you know, go have fun. Yeah. And these are downhill guys from, you know, Hilltop and, you know, some of the instructors out there, and they're not e-bike guys. They're straight pedal dudes. Yeah. And they came back. They're like, "Damn, this is legit. Yeah, like, we can get down with this. Fun. They actually handle good. They ride good.
Yeah, it's got pretty good suspension.
Yeah. We can do way more and have that much more fun. So,
is this the video here? These guys?
Yeah, man, Travis killed it.
Oh, straight up Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this. This is awesome.
Oh, yeah, you got to check it out, man. It's hilarious.
Oh, I'll play it. Let me fix the audio on this, and we'll play it.
Dude, it went bonkers,
you couldn't have found a better person to play that role than Travis.
Dude, they took the time to, like, even the scene with the sun behind him when he, you know, taking off some sweet jumps, and, like, they crushed it, man. I was laughing my ass off watching that thing.
Dude, that's awesome.
So, and it just went bonkers. I mean, everybody saw it. Yamaha saw it. I mean, it just went it went pretty viral.
It's pretty yeah, dude. You got to embrace technology.
It is. I mean,
I think you have
like
to,
it or not,
or you get left out because it's coming.
A bike. What kind of a bike do you have?
It's a Yamaha.
Dang, an e-bike? Shocks? Disc brakes? Dual twin frame? Lucky. You ever take it off any sweet jumps? You got like 3 feet of air that time. Can I try it real quick?
That wig, man.
He's got a beanie on. Yeah, Mark.
Yes. Yes.
The music when the flag. Dude, they nailed it, man. So, and we just we had the idea, like, I don't want to feature the bike. I just want people to know we have them.
Yeah.
You know, so they straight crushed it, man. They came up with that whole gig, and it worked out great, man.
Those guys are creative as hell, man.
They do good work, man.
Yeah.
Super good work. And they're right across the street from me. Like, it's perfect. Oh. So, it worked out well.
Oh, is there a little place right there?
Yeah, the little studio is right across the street. So, you know, we got production studio, we got a fire department, we got a gun store, we got, you know, motorsports shop, we got a weed store and a liquor store all in one corner.
Wow. Thai food right there, faux something.
Dude, go get a Tohatsu for your solar. Like, man, this shit's going down.
Yeah, you don't have to lease Canard, dude.
Just right there, all in one.
Yeah, it's cracking.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
What? I guess I always kind of wondered, what is like the tipping point in that switch from like snow to street dirt?
The timeline?
Water. Yeah, like when is it in your industry? Like snow machining kicked off like September, I feel like. You get the moose hunting season out of the way and start thinking about sleds. And
so really what it is, you know, the big switch is like you get up to September 25th. You know, everybody's hunting. Everybody's, you know, big into that. And dividend kind of comes out and everybody's starting to think like gear.
Snow,
there is about a month where you're just kind of
dead in the water a little bit.
You're dead. You're kind of fixing some, you know, hunter stuff. There's a couple, you know, snow machine dorks like myself that are already kind of pre-gaming and getting ready, spending some dividend money, you know, getting this and that. And not until about traditionally, like Thanksgiving and after is when people start getting into sleds, and like that's when people are delivering. You know, back in the day, the state fair is kind of when everybody saw the next year's sleds, and they were coming out, and man, everybody's getting stoked, right? And it just kind of fell off. It didn't feel that way for a long time. You know, manufacturers were getting sleds out to us later and later, and you know, so it kind of
probably has a big impact on it.
It did change things, man. And so this year, I would say it's hitting a little bit sooner than it has in the last, you know, I don't know, 5-6 years for sure. But it's good, you know, getting this early snowfall, turning and opening. It's definitely been a jump in, you know, getting sleds out, getting people interested, getting them in the shop and doing things, and, you know, warranty work, and, you know, that, you know, Polaris has not done us a very good solid with, you know, the amount of recalls and stuff that we've done, but they are doing a good job this year, much better than I would say in the past, you know, getting us parts early and getting customers taken care of, and making sure everybody's on the snow sooner than later. I mean, it's even early for, you know, us riding. So
it's way early.
Way early. Sleds are getting delivered, parts and recalls are getting handled pretty quick, you know, slowly, but we're actually working on them, so that's good.
Yeah, and where's the shift happen from snow to dirt? Like, when does that?
So the boat show is obviously a big thing for us.
Oh, there we go.
So that's a big one.
Late February or March, I think?
It's about mid-February-ish now.
Okay.
It's in February, you know, depending on schedules and whatnot. But so that's kind of a kickoff. And then end of February, 1st of March is snow check season. So everybody's still thinking snow. You know, they get the snow check in.
March is the best month of riding.
Oh, for sure. February, March, man, you get that late season dump. It's deep, longer days.
Lots of daylight, yeah.
You can go mobbing after work. You can go, I mean, your just days are so extended. You've got, you know, Arctic Band's going again. You got the hill climbs going. It's just, spring is killer. You know, March is, you got so many things happening. And so, right at April, you know, get the Sportsman Show. You know, stuff's starting to melt. You still got your diehard sled guys still out there riding. You know, you got April 15th is your boating season. That's the shrimp opener. You got a lot of boat guys going out then. The rivers are starting to flow. So it's that March-April timeline where you're busting out and the streets are starting to melt. People are thinking street bikes. And you're just getting everybody kind of going. You know, it's March-April. Things are getting warm. You're going outside. You can wear a T-shirt, you know. Yeah. That's when people are starting to come in the door and actually getting pretty pumped up about, you know, getting outside.
Yeah, it's funny, like, as an Alaskan, you know, how your mental shift is like that seasonal, like, click, 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 click.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, oh, shit, you know, it's time to get the side-by-side or the four-wheeler off the trailer or out of the garage.
Yeah, and that, you know.
We get stuck in the snow way too early.
What we do is killer, man, because every season changes, you know, and every season we have a new look. Every year it's a new, you know, side-by-side, it's a new sled. Or we always have something to look forward to. We're not in a cubicle working every day doing the same thing every day.
True.
Blessed, man. I mean, we get to go to work, and every season we get something new and cool.
So it's got to be like the gear geek in every guy in there, man.
And I got it, you know. Like I love working on them. I love the change. I love to see advancements, you know, and the battery things, and you know, just all the things that come with it. It's you know, it could be a lot worse. You know.
How difficult was it navigating all the like hiccups with Polaris, like COVID, like snow checks not getting here till super late, all the supply chain, and then recalls, and
nobody's exempt. My personal sleds didn't get here till like March 4th last year.
Yeah,
you know, I got 200 miles on one of my sleds. You know, so it's been hard, and some customers get it. It's been a rough go, but some do, some don't. You know, we have lost some sales because of it for sure. Some guys switch brands because of it. You still have that diehard Polaris guy. You still have some guys, you know, recognize what they are doing. But it was a setback, you know. they're a little bit of hysteria. I think the news channels even jumped on board. Polaris recalls every gas tank for exploding, blah blah blah. Like,
that's not good,
man. Like it's not your business to be.
Come on, Jackie.
Stick to the
that
weather.
That was a little though. Polaris kind of wasn't helping themselves with some of the stop rides too.
So and I don't know the legalities to all of it, but
I'm
everything
sure it's
was
a lawyer telling them.
Oh, it's 100%. And you got these handlebar hook things, and you got your tank, and all these piddly little things, and it's like, does it really need to be a stop ride?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. I
What
guess
does that
there's
mean?
a reason.
Like don't ride it.
Yeah,
Stop
you're not
ride,
supposed to
stop
ride
sell.
it.
I can't sell them.
Oh,
I
shit.
can't. You're not supposed to ride them. If you do, your insurance isn't going to cover it.
Oh.
And they're issuing it without the fix being done yet.
Yeah, so we sit there and
So
just,
you're supposed to not ride your
and from a
sled.
business standpoint, customers are mad.
Yeah.
I had 40, 50 boost sleds that I couldn't sell. I got $1 million wrapped up in
Just
inventory I can't do anything with.
Ouch.
As a business, that sucks. As much as you're not getting your sled,
No, that's
I feel for you. But man, from
I
our
don't
side,
I don't want to sit on these things.
No, man.
Well, that's why I wanted you to be able to talk about it, because I think the customer doesn't know that.
Correct. There's they don't know those things because they don't obviously aren't that deep in our business. But it sucks for both sides.
Yeah, the dealer's getting screwed more than anyone.
We have
I think.
customers
Absolutely.
calling left and right, wanting to know the answers, and we don't know the answer. Half the time, Polaris puts out,
a bulletin,
and the customer sees it at the same time I do. And they're expecting a bunch of answers from us, and our hands are tied. And, we're trying to.
You're the middleman.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you got the email too?
Yeah, at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do our best and educate people and keep them in the loop and and schedule them once we do have the fix. But a lot of times the fix is, we just got the boost fix tool today to fix the fuel line for that stop ride, stop sale. So they're working on it. They're trying to get the parts out there, but it has been a challenge because we're 6'8" dudes working on sleds, and trying to get everybody taken care of. And there's hundreds of snow checks. There's hundreds, thousands of sleds out there, and trying to schedule. And granted, there's multiple dealers. You can go where you want, but we're doing our best to try to get them out.
And you guys are all backed up.
It's every dealership, and we're all going through it together. It doesn't make it hurt any worse or any less.
Yeah.
But excuse me. But it's been a challenge. Not something we signed up for. I didn't want that.
Absolutely not. Yeah. No, that's why I didn't understand people getting, I understand if you're mad at the manufacturer, like we all were, but people getting upset with their dealership. I'm like, man, the dealer's getting way more screwed than you. Way more.
Times 10, and you can't win. Even if you're a hero, you're a zero because you didn't get it fast enough. You didn't do it soon enough.
Yeah, you can't.
Missed a ride.
And I thought you guys were beyond helpful with it, honestly, and calling and whatever. And I think, customer service is the reason that you're going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. For me personally.
Yep. And I tell people a lot of times, there's so many dealers out there, and find one that supports their brand, find one that supports that product, and stick with them. And obviously locals, some people drive halfway, across the state to get there, and that works out really good. And you try to stick with your good customers and take care of them. And it's just a challenge, no matter how good you do and how, the customer's already mad that they can't ride or have their sled. So it's up to us to try to.
It's the day that email comes, it's dumping.
Yeah. And right now with all this early snow, everybody, man, they're just, I need it. Yeah, we know. We need to get you done.
Yeah, we need it too.
Yeah. So we need to get you out of here. And some of those sleds have 3, 4, 5 recalls per sled, and to have all the parts on hand to do it at one time versus having a customer back and forth. And sometimes you have to, but, make sure you're getting it in, getting it filed away and getting it approved and whatnot. It's a challenge, man.
No, I know you guys were jumping through hoops with all kinds of stuff, like pulling, because I know that first year, I guess it would be 22 sleds was probably the worst year, right when the boost came out, first year of the boost. And first year, or was it first year of the big screen?
The 7S was just, man.
Or it was on a few things the year before, wasn't it?
The Matrix came out in a short track first. in
Did it have the
140.
7? Well, either way, you guys were getting some sleds, and you're like, "Hey, I got your sled, but there's no 7S." And you guys were like,
no
pulling
shocks,
stuff off of other stuff,
no shocks.
Really trying to like jump through hoops to help people, and
Yeah.
people got to recognize that, and that customer service is like, you know, some people are going to shop price, and that's fine.
Yep.
But your customer service, I'm telling you, because with snow machines or side by sides, like you're going to break shit, and you're going to need someone who can fix it. I mean, I used to drive the first time I'm not super brand loyal.
Yep.
I love the fact that there's competing brand. Like that's the best part about capitalism.
Everybody wins, man.
Is that competition?
Wins.
Yeah, competition breeds innovation.
Yep.
So I've gone back and forth Skidoo and never rode Articat though. Not doing it. But
you still can.
Skidoo.
Well, you said competition.
Yeah. So okay, I didn't make sense. Skidoo and Polaris, you know, and when I went to Polaris, like I would go all the way to Big Lake, just because that like Frankie took care of me. The one time
Frankie's a good dude,
I swapped a throttle because I was putting an aftermarket throttle on there. It was more comfortable for me than having the big flapper.
Yeah.
And I went into I tried to only drive, you know, to Eagle River because there wasn't a Polaris dealership in town then because Merida was gone or whatever.
Going out, yep.
And so I went to Eagle River and I asked a guy on the floor, and I only asked one guy. It was just on the floor, and I was like, "Hey, do you have anything like to override because I don't have a throttle position
safety
sense?"
switch? Yeah.
On this aftermarket thing. And I knew I had already talked to Frankie, and Frankie was like, "I'm working on it." And it's just a, you know, open or closed.
It's a resistor.
Yeah, resistor. And he was like, it doesn't have that. And I was just like, yeah. And the guy argued with me, and I was like, okay, well, you can't win this. So like, and then I had to call Frankie and drive all the way to Big Lake to get a resistor to plug it in and override that. And it's just like, so yeah.
Again, is that Frankie did a good job of living the life.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's where people gain that trust and trust that dealership is, you know, by living, being.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, I mean, that's why Winberg is successful.
Yeah. I mean,
because everyone knows that he's not making shit up about what works.
No, he's out there doing it, man.
He's testing it. He's probably testing right now.
Very good example. Very good example. I mean, it's not like a dealer, but that power sports
and customer service.
Just like,
he's doing it, man.
I go out and blow out axles and side by sides, and you know, suck up rocks in a jet pump in a boat, or you know, whatever with a snow machine. So that's a great point.
Yeah. But I think what I was gonna say about your whole like what's lacking now on the transition thing is I think like social media kind of took away like we don't like ski movies and snow machine movies isn't really a thing anymore because all the clips
used to really hype up a snow machine season or
when those come out, everybody the premieres downtown and all that
used
stuff.
to be a big thing,
awesome,
and now they barely exist.
That's because everybody's got a YouTube channel, man. I mean,
that's
media
what I mean.
has
You've already seen
changed.
all the footage.
That sucks, man.
It does suck.
I mean, we went to that that film festival at Beartooth.
Which was rad.
Awesome.
And I wish we would just do more of that.
Yeah.
Man,
and I missed the one the other night. I didn't go to it, which was a fundraiser for
IRA, right?
Yeah, IRA was part of it. But
I mean, it was the kickoff. I mean, that was one of those things that kind of got everything going.
That's great. I forgot all about those, and those were so fun.
Oh,
it was such a big night.
You get all your winter friends and all your homies together.
West High Auditorium.
A lot of pretty girls came out to those shows too, man. They like those flat bill boys.
Lift the truck, flat bill.
They like the monster truck, the monster hat, flat bill boys.
Yeah. No, that was good.
907 local riders union.
Yeah. Oh yeah, boys. Yeah.
Drew, do you guys still have a pretty loyal following, like for the annual motocross guys? I mean, Yamaha motocross, at least through my view, I'm very casual into that. I thought Yamaha was such a huge player.
It was a big name,
in its time.
And we still have a good amount of Yamahas out there. I think the motorcycle shop stepped up big and put some big money into the track and to sponsorships and stuff like that. And good on them. They Husqvarna, man. along with the other brands stepping up and building Suzuki some real cool bikes. Suzuki's still a little behind, but Husky and they've come a long way. Gas now up here. I mean, there's other brands that have made a big impact and are, you've got more options.
Okay.
Again, technology. We keep going back to that.
Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, or those.
Yeah.
You saw red, yellow, and blue out on the track, right?
Yeah.
Green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Kawasaki. Yep. Oh, my bad.
Yep. Yeah. And so,
true.
There's just so many more brands out there. I don't want to say it's getting diluted a little bit, but you're just having more. You're seeing more colors out there.
Okay.
And so they've done a good job at that. We still have a following. Casey Boylan was one of our big racers for a long time. He's now an Iron Dog guy. And crushing it out there, doing really well, always in the top 3. And he was our last main rider, I guess you would say, and killing it out there. But him and Craig Reese, and we had 2 or 3 of the top 3 riders for a long time, and I think these things go in cycles,
Sure.
Like anything, and
yeah.
So we may not have the top riders out there or the most bikes, but it always comes and goes, man. We got a lot of kids on our little bikes, and the next generation coming up is, I think, a good one, and there's a couple. Was it Brylan Wilson, and there's a couple good guys coming up that are going to be good riders. So I'll wait my cycle. We're not what it used to be, but our bikes are killer. We just came out with a 250, completely redone. The 250F, the 450F got redone this year.
Okay.
For 24, the 250 got completely rebadged and all white. And the big throwback bike got a lot of attention right now.
And it's a 2-stroke?
No, that's the Bradshaw.
Oh, it's a 4-stroke.
Yeah, 4-stroke, 250F. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? 250 back?
Well, no. So we still have our 2-stroke line.
You can still get. Okay.
Those go like hotcakes, man.
Oh, I bet.
If you can get your hand on one when they get here, or we still have lists for bikes.
That's a question I'm curious about your insight. Do you think with the green push, do you think they'll ever just outlaw 2-stroke?
Man.
Or has the technology got them burning so clean now? Because they do. I mean, direct injection, oil injection, all that's so clean.
Yep, a lot of them are going to EFI. Carb, or Yamaha still runs a carb, believe it or not. So EPA, you touched on it. There's a lot to this, and credits, and EPA credits and stuff like that. If you have so many clean burning engines, you can have a couple really dirty ones. And Yamaha actually has some credits where they can get away with, building some dirty, nasty, cool bikes.
And you can buy credits.
You can buy credits. You can trade credits and all kinds of cool stuff. Yeah, there's a lot to it, not to go too deep, but some companies buy credits, trade credits, and so you can still get your hands on a couple versions. We got the little kids, 65s, 85s, 125s, 250s. We've still got a lineup of pretty cool bikes, man. Nasty. And there's still some cool.
I saw a big wheel 80. Look fun.
Dude, big wheels.
You need to bring that Banshee back, though.
Oh, man.
Give it some suspension.
Four-wheelers and three-wheelers are dangerous, man.
They are dangerous.
But they were so cool, man.
They are cool.
Hey, we lived through
dangerous.
it. Yeah, we did. One broken ankle. That was it.
Yeah,
we lived through it.
The strong ones survived, man.
The boot on right now.
Yeah.
Living through it.
Man.
No, those are the days, man. It's different now. Kids won't get it.
Those things are worth a fortune, I guess.
Oh yeah, if you can find a mint
Banshee.
one, it's hard to find.
What, 10 grand or something?
They go for really big money, double what they paid for.
I think
they're all in Glamis stretched.
Oh yeah, true that.
14-inch swing arms,
big old paddle tires on them.
FMF pipes.
Yeah.
Just
glowing at night. Glowing at night.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're cool, man.
Well, Drew, thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
No. It was just we were talking about the big dirty motors and stuff and the trades and all that. I got to thinking about the street side. Does that apply to some of that, or are those ones easier to make clean and then get the good creds?
Everything there,
they're all 4-stroke, right?
Is 4-stroke, except overseas. That Asian market and some of the worldwide. Again, Yamaha's very worldwide distribution.
Oh yeah, all the GP bikes are 2-strokes, right?
2-strokes, and you'll see a couple really cool bikes overseas that I'd love to have over here. That they just you don't ever hear about them because it's different.
They're only built and then produced and sold over there.
Yeah, but again, went to that Yamaha plant and you got to see all these things. I'm like, hey, where's that going? They're like, oh, that's going to Asia.
It's not going to you.
Like, that is sweet. 4-cylinder, 2-stroke. Like, oh yeah,
what
man.
the hell?
Yeah. So worldwide, they're still doing it. You know, it's just in certain places they got more restrictions and whatnot, and so you're not seeing those cool bikes, but they're still building them.
Is the street scene? You guys got a pretty good market for street bikes.
We
in the
do.
summer?
We do. Our it's not as big as it used to be.
Because it kind of used to be like you walk in that showroom, dude, and there'll just be nice cruisers and crotch
leather
rockets
everywhere.
Yeah, that too. Chrome.
So they've chased the again technology. Yeah, sound like a broken record, but
it's just the facts.
It is what it is, man.
You sell that. You sell technology.
What
bro.
we do, man. And so the cheaper, like sub $12,000 bike is what's hot for Yamaha right now. You get your MT-03s, your 07s, your R3s, R7s, anything 900 cc and under. The MT-09s, those are fun bikes, and for the dollar figure, anybody can walk through and buy one. Or most people
MT, are those like the naked styles?
It's the naked, bike.
Yeah, that got real popular.
Like a cruiser, a street cruiser.
No, it's more like a
naked
crotch rocket ish, but without the plastic
fairings. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so
a little more what do you call it?
The MT
Mad Max style.
Yeah.
Okay.
The MT-09 kind of busted it open, and now everybody's trying to copy it. Suzuki's got a model of it. It's a 3-cylinder, 900cc, super torquey, fun. 0 to 100 quick.
Kind of like a Buell kind of styled thing.
Similar.
That's
similar. You know what I'm talking about?
But modern.
Same
right,
look.
right. Okay.
And so
short wheelbase.
Yep. Wheelies, everything. I mean, just a super fun bike, and that
cost effective.
Yeah.
Are they building them from the factory, like geared down? Like a lot, because a lot of these guys that are like trick style guys are like they're super geared down.
The MT-09 just has so much torque anyway. You almost don't have to.
Just,
that
no clutching it.
That motor changed the motorcycle industry a little bit, and now everybody's trying to copy it because it is. It's light. It's quick. It's not R1 speed. People don't need R1 speed.
No, Alaska you don't.
Not Alaska.
Definitely don't up here.
Unless you want to give up your driver's license to the state.
Exactly. So you don't need to spend
or your organs.
Yeah, it could go bad in many ways.
Yeah.
So they've kind of chased that line. Got rid of cruisers almost altogether. The Star line is completely gone.
Yeah, that was kind of my general question.
Yeah, that's gone.
We're talking about sleds and dirt, and there's got to be a guy on this podcast like, yo, man, I've been riding Yamaha street bikes since 1970, whatever.
Star's gone.
Talk about it for 5 minutes.
It's too bad because it was a great line. Super reliable.
Yeah, they were really good bikes. Like, if you didn't want an oil-leaking Harley style, you could get that bike that you could fire up every day and go ride. And
truth be told, like the Raider, the Roadstar, great handling, killer brakes, tons of power. Mm-hmm. Like, it did it. It checked every box and outperformed almost, not every bike, but a lot of bikes, every Harley.
Sure.
Sorry, Dia, but it's just the way it worked. They were great bikes and affordable. You didn't have to spend $35,000.
That was always my perception. Was they were if you just wanted a good bike that you could ride every day, or commute and not have to be on the side of the road wrenching on it.
Yeah.
That you got.
Well, the Harley was built around that sound.
Yeah.
Which is like
you're buying it's a brotherhood. You're buying an image of a bike.
And it was a patented sound, which is like it's a very like offbeat motor. Like it's like a dragster motor that's like totally cammed out to where your timing is like so. You know what I mean?
It's and it might stall. It might even stall.
It sounds like it's barely running. Like it's like it could stall at any time. So that doesn't promote.
Well, and back to like the Yamaha, like, international global thing. They're going to look at, if these things aren't selling worldwide, they're not selling anymore. Or it's not a big market for it. They have to shift the resources, right? Like
in worldwide, they sell cruisers with America only. That's it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. MTs, R series, all those are Asia, America, Europe. I mean, everywhere.
And I think it's generational, right? Like today, or maybe if we look at, we're all kind of from a general generational time, you know, might have been a little bit more into motorcycles and stuff. Well, then you got like kids are now into, say, like a WRX or some other things where like maybe like a motorcycle wasn't necessarily the.
Kyle was into that.
Yeah.
Big Kyle.
Remember Kyle?
Into a WRX?
Yeah, the WRX.
He fit in one of those?
Yeah, dude.
Like
Big
the back
Boss.
seat?
No,
No. He just took the back seat out
the
and then
blue
pushed
one.
the front seat.
You don't
all the
remember
way.
that?
Hey,
Dude,
man.
if that airbag went off, he's going to
Big
swallow
people
it.
problems,
They
man.
got to make it work.
That's a very large man.
He likes little cars.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Audi.
wondering if, you know, just kids weren't into like street riding maybe as much as the forefathers were. And then hence the change of
Well, and I think they're trying to get the
cruisers,
the
you know?
young, fresh crowd, technology, cool looking, stylish. Like that.
Sure.
That's what they're chasing because they can sell more to a younger, inexpensive group than they can to a $30,000-$40,000 group. It really narrows your market down.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to hit one that is globally easy to build, quick to build, less parts.
sell a bunch.
Sell a bunch.
They know
You
what they're
make it
doing.
up with quantity, not with
It
price.
goes in cycles
Yeah.
for sure, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll come and go, man. You just got to wait. I don't stress the highs and the lows. You kind of focus on
you
the
got to ride
middles.
with them.
Yeah. You take
I
advantage of
love
them when they're up.
motorcycles. There's nothing more. There's not. I mean, snow machines are pretty fun, but
Yeah.
there's not motorcycles. But
Yeah, my
I don't.
wife
I
won't
don't
let me
talk
buy
about them
one,
because
but
that's
I'd
the
love to
line
have
my
one.
wife drew.
Yeah, my wife won't let me have
I do
one.
a
I'd love to
lot. I
have
do
one,
a
but
lot of really fun stuff, and if she's gonna draw the line on motorcycles, then like, all right,
You gotta.
You still got good options.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. Summer's not very long anyway.
Yeah.
It takes them forever to get all that sand off the roads.
Yeah.
You basically
So
only
short
got
of
2
season.
months of decent roads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Damn,
if
I
you're
seen
gonna
a-
take motorcycles from me, but
Pick
I
your
can still
battles.
go hellion.
Pick your battles.
I
good.
seen a guy riding on Halloween, man.
Oh yeah, no,
Riding
you
his
see it.
motorcycle. I was like,
You
God
see it.
damn,
There's
bro.
guys going by on Harleys with studs and all this stuff. January.
Oh yeah,
Get out of here, man.
you
Is that
see it.
fun?
It's not fun. You're doing it for
I
attention.
mean, yeah.
Come on.
That's how I feel about fat bikes.
Yeah. Don't even start on that.
People are like, man, it's so fun. I'm like, why?
No, it's
What's
not.
fun about riding a bicycle in the winter?
Have you done it?
No,
I tried.
It's pretty fun.
nope.
Can't do it.
Have you
bad.
ridden a snow machine? It's real fun.
Yeah, it is real fun.
Called the VMAX.
It's so much
Yeah,
more
dude.
fun than
You
a
ridden
fat bike.
VMAX? I can tell you.
So much more fun than a fat
Yeah.
bike.
I like bikes in the summer.
Me too.
Same.
Yeah.
Man, something for everybody out
I got a
Yep.
$4,000 mountain bike in my garage. It's the last 2 years been ridden to the Russian River Falls.
there. Yeah, exactly.
I think mine has a flat tire in the shed.
Well, Drew, thank you for coming out and
Absolutely.
sharing
Yeah, what a good
your
time,
life
man.
story and your
Absolutely.
passion. And
Yeah,
man, you've had a smile on your face this whole time. Talking
Yeah,
about
since you
all this
walked
stuff.
in, man.
It's a good time, man. Love it.
Yeah.
This is my life, man. You got to enjoy it, live up here, and have a good time, man.
Yeah, you really embraced
If
it.
you're not
I will.
smiling.
I will say this: I don't know of any other dealership owners who are gonna be like late night in their shop, like putting on a wrap on someone's snow machine just as a favor.
No.
Other than Drew.
Probably not. And just the other day, that guy that got, went home at 12:30. My wife was cussing me. It's like, hey, he's gonna be here tomorrow at 9, man. I gotta get it done. Like
That's
everybody else
dedication,
went
man.
home. I'll do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll get my hands dirty. I tell everybody, you're the owner. I was like, I'm the janitor, man. I clean up all the messes.
right.
I get it done.
There you go.
I'm not afraid. I wear every hat, man, and I'm happy to do so.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Not above any
seen
one
you,
thing.
I've personally been in there and seen you in your office in the back selling parts, talking to a customer in the front. And I appreciate that. That's
Yeah, man.
genuine customer service.
I hate that office.
Alaskan dude.
Yeah, if you see me in there, I'm not having fun.
It's like I'm just catching up on emails. I'll be out there in a second.
Yeah, I'd rather be in the service department or on the floor
I'm
or
sure.
something, or you're
Working
shaking
it.
somebody. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's what makes it fun is getting people new stuff and seeing their happiness. That makes me happy, you know, and seeing their excitement. You can already tell when they're buying a sled or a bike or a side by side, and you're talking to them, but they're already checked out.
Oh, yeah.
They're
They're
already
there.
thinking about who they're gonna show, and bringing it
man.
home, and the neighbors are gonna crawl in it. Like
They're
that for
halfway.
me.
They're halfway to Upper Huffman.
Oh, dude, you're talking to them, and they're
Yeah.
They're
Let's
going,
get it
man.
loaded on the
I
sled
will.
bed
I will
first.
say, man. In closing, dude, there is really nothing quite like riding home or driving home, either in the back of your truck or on the trailer with the brand new tag, just like, wow.
I love it, man.
Flapping, dude. That feels good, man.
For me,
it's only that one time.
You take the long way home too?
Oh, no, all the way, man. So you live over here? No, I'm taking Baldoon, man.
Why are we in Eagle River?
People need to know.
Feels good, man.
Dude,
it's like a little boy.
Drew is out of oil.
Yeah.
I had to go to Eagle River for oil.
Come on, honey.
And I've been doing this 15 years, man, and it's still to this day, it doesn't get old. We delivered 3 sleds tonight, and you know, you see the smile, and they're so happy, and there's nothing better than that, man. It never
happiness.
Smell that.
It's Toys R Us for adults, dude.
It is.
Good way to
Say
put
you
it.
can't buy
Toys
happiness.
R Us for adults.
You haven't bought a snow machine.
Yeah.
It's pretty much happiness.
Smell that fresh paint burning off that muffler, man. Just
That's where it's at, man.
smells so new.
Thank you,
Great
Alaska.
work,
Thank you
Drew.
for listening. Thank you, Drew.
Absolutely.
For what you're doing. We appreciate you. Check out all the sponsors, local greens and all that. Thank you, Mayor, as well, for coming in.
man.
Chad, appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Alaska.
Stay wild.
You'll remember my speaking to you of what I call your overcautiousness. Are you not overcautious when you assume that you cannot do what the enemy is constantly doing?
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Barney's Sports Chalet, supplying hunters with the best hand-selected gear since 1963. The exclusive home of frontier gear built for the rugged Alaskan terrain. Your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Visit Barney's today at 906 West Northern Lights.
Big Rays, the Alaskan outfitter, committed to outfitting Alaskans across the state since 1947. Whether you're a recreator, parent, guide, or corporate buyer, Big Rays has the gear you need, tailored for Alaska's harsh conditions. Check out their new exclusive line of Auralic waders. Big Rays for all your outdoor gear and rugged work attire. BigRays.com.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Total Truck and Alaska Overlander, Alaska's premier supplier for custom automotive accessories and overlanding products, providing all-inclusive rental vehicles and trailers custom outfitted to explore the Alaskan backcountry with a unique and convenient traveling experience.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives. AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska, built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation, with exclusive products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce cards, and more. Ask your local bud tender about AKO. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
The Bait Shack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They are the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include weekly lawn care, custom landscaping, fertilizing, weed control, turf repair, and more. Schedule your free estimate at lawnproak.com.
Alaska's OG cider company, Double Shovel, crafting gluten-free colonial-style ciders founded as a healthier, non-inflammatory brew option. Drop by their Pop and Tap room in Anchorage off of 58th and Arctic or visit the second location in Kodiak. Double Shovel, award-winning ciders.
The Alaska chapter of Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. BHA is the voice of our Alaskan public lands, waters, and wildlife. Their goal is to uphold our hunting and fishing legacy while keeping our public lands wild. Stand up today and join BHA at backcountryhunters.org.
Alaska Mining and Diving Supply, located in Anchorage, is our go-to for powder sleds and utility rigs. Whether you're in the mountains with the Flat Bill Bros, running trap lines, or hauling freight, they have the selection to get you dialed from peaks to the valleys. Find them on Commercial Drive or akmining.com.
Should you not claim to be at least his equal in prowess and act upon the claim? I say try. If we never try, we shall never succeed. This proposition is a simple truth, and it's too important to be lost sight of for a moment. If we cannot beat the enemy where he now is, we never can. It is all easy if our troops march as well as the enemy, and it is unmanly to say they cannot do it.